trophy's mine.
When I'm in the zone, I look at the trophy, I'm taking it home. You already know I'm focused and cold. I look at the post, I aim at the goals. You better be looking up at the score. It was 3-0, now it is 4. Oh no, but where did it go wrong? I told you people in the chorus of the song.
And I told you I'm coming for the trophy, yes I'm gon' get it. Cause you're all finished and I'm all business. It's a long minute since a Godzilla kicked the tall building with you all in it. Don't bother me pleading for mercy, just quit it dog, you ain't never gon' get it. You losing direction, I'm keeping position of the ball, I'm hard when I'm in the zone. The trophy's mine. When I'm in the zone, the trophy's mine. When I'm in the zone, the trophy's mine. When I'm in the zone, the trophy's mine.
Let me tell you about a story called The Goat. I put in too much work, I never can be broke. A go-getter, I'ma get it while they choke. Everything I touch is gold, that's no joke. I'm going big on big, I mean big on big. I'm having too much motion, putting in work like this. Overtime I'm fit, stacking up my chips. My pen don't miss, bank account on switch. I just ice my wrist, watch me pop my I've been on my grind, I swear I don't miss. I put in work, now I'm the greatest. I got the recipe for greatness. I put in the work to be the greatest. I got the recipe for greatness. I can't slow down, no. Don't do cruise control. I'm always on go. 1 foot out the door. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. 'Cause I'm the GOAT. Grace. 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 Nobody like me, no, you cannot do it like me. Ain't nobody like me, ain't nobody like me. Ain't nobody like me, no, you cannot do it like me. Ain't nobody like me, and I do not mean that lightly. I'm on top. I'm on top. I'm on top. I'm on top of my game. Got the money, power, fame. I'm on top. I can't stop. I'm on top. I'm on top of my game. Ain't nobody in my lane. Okay, 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 okay. Here I come. You should run. I've been putting in the work. Let's have some fun. Okay, 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 okay. Go berserk. Gotta hit 'em where it hurt. I've been grinding since the dirt. I got the #1 spot 'cause I'm hot. The view better when you're looking from the top. It's a party anytime I'm in the spot. Time is money, call me upper echelon. I got the power, so you know I call the shots. My crew ready when we pull up, look like SWAT. I'm the greatest and they know I can't be stopped. I'm on the road, turn me up another notch. I'm on top. I'm on top. I'm on top. I'm on top of my game. Get the money, power, fame. I'm on top. I can't stop. I'm on top. I'm on top of my game. Ain't nobody in my lane. Ain't nobody like me. No, you cannot do it like me. Ain't nobody like me. Ain't nobody like me.
stand, back, stick, raise, face, cracked. Fancy that, deep breath, intact, unmatched. One catch, now we gotta outlast. Face backs, shots, they just got to ask. Surely he can't top that. Watch this.
We raise the heights to try to fly and leave behind. Cross the lines, divide the times and redefine. Something in the wings, history, this is how we begin. This is how we begin. This is how we begin.
Watch this.
We reach the heights you try to climb and leave behind.
Watch this.
Cross the lines, divide the times and redefine.
Watch this.
History in the wings, history, this is how we begin.
Watch this.
This is how we begin. This is how we begin.
Watch this.
We reach the heights you try to climb and leave behind. Cross the lines, divide the times and redefine. Victory in the wings, history, this is how we begin. This is how we begin. This is how we begin.
Watch this. Pounds, grams, stacks, fate, great, stand, back. Watch this. Raise, face, cracked. Fancy that. Watch this. Pounds, grams, stacks, fate, great, stand, back. Watch this. Raise, face, cracked. Fancy that. Watch this.
We reach the heights you try to climb and leave behind.
Watch this.
Cross the lines, divide the times and redefine. Victory in the wings, history, this is how we begin.
Watch this.
This is how we begin. This is how we begin.
Watch this.
Ooh, nah, 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 nah. Ooh, nah, nah. Ooh, nah, 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 nah. Ooh, nah, 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 nah. Ooh, nah, 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 nah. Ooh, nah, nah. Ooh, nah, 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 nah. Ooh, nah, 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 nah. Come and check me out. Come and see what this about. Yeah, this ain't like no other. Ain't no copying allowed. Oh, just wait and see. There's no other quite like me. They can't do it how I do it. I might knock you off your feet. Baby, just come get a look. Yeah, I be having them hooked. Everyone all on my line. Attention still a crook. Yeah, I be all on your mind. Like a toupee off the top. Turn on the spotlight. Sit back and just watch. Ooh, nah, 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 nah. Sit back and just watch. Ooh, nah, 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 nah. Sit back and just watch. Ooh, nah, 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 nah. Sit back and just watch. Ooh, nah, 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 nah. Sit back and just watch. Get you a glimpse and you will find your weather like this. I'm on your mind, I'm your heart skip. You by design, I stick to the script. Really, I'm mad. I demonstrate. I got the sauce, all that it takes. I got the drip in my DNA. So go get a mob, cause I'm on display. Come and check me out. Come and see what this about. Yeah, this ain't like no other. Ain't no copying allowed. Oh, just wait and see. There's no other quite like me. They can't do it how I do it. I might knock you off your feet. Baby, just come get a look. Yeah, I be having them hooked. Everyone all on my line. Attention still a crook. Yeah, I be all on your mind. Like a toupee off the top. Turn on the spotlight. Sit back and just watch. Sit back and just watch. 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 Nah, nah, nah. Sit back and just watch. Just watch. Nah, nah, nah. Sit back and just watch. Whoa. Nah, 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 nah. Sit back and just watch. Watch. Nah, 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 nah. Sit back and just watch. Watch.
Yeah. Driving with the odds stacked against me. Mentality good and plenty. Cause I can't complain out of respect for the people that sent me. Ancestors, forefathers, family, people that get me. And my younger self just looking at me saying, please don't let me down. If you stumble, fix that crown. And I just do this all for us. Had this feeling in my gut that I had to keep it pushing cause amazing ain't enough. And I do this for my team, for the heights we couldn't touch. Now we raising up the levels and they trying to reach us. Yeah, I do this all for us. Had this feeling in my gut that I had to keep it pushing cause amazing ain't enough. And I do this for my team, for the heights we couldn't touch. Now we raising up the levels and they trying to reach us. Yeah, they trying to reach. That I had to keep it pushing cause amazing ain't enough. And I do this for my team, for the heights we couldn't touch. Now we raising up the levels and they trying to reach us. Yeah, I do this all for us. Had this feeling in my gut that I had to keep it pushing cause amazing ain't enough. And I do this for my team, for the heights we couldn't touch. Now we raising up the levels and they trying to reach us. Yeah, they trying to reach.
So comfortably, paper so big that you gotta read the summary. Baby, I'm a boss, come with me, I need company. For a couple hours, maybe a day, we'll be okay if I lead the way. We'll be okay if I lead the way. We'll be okay if I lead the way. If I lead the way, if I lead the way, if I lead the way. Ready?
It's game time, raise the stakes time, and I'ma make the climb and change the straight line. Yeah. From next side, we ain't the same kind. You going with the flow, I control like Poseidon. Now, who's ready to win? Confetti over your legacy, let it begin. Cause I came for gold trophies and fame, they gon' notice me. I'ma take my story from pain to pure poetry. Gotta grind from the start to the finish line, from the winning side.
And at the wing is Austin Day all day, every day.
See the crowd coming down, got them coming down, who's the king now?
Just watch me now. 翻开历史的新篇章 ，Welcome to the new era， 一起来迎接梦想的新时代。让我听到你们最大声的加油声，保持住这个热情，一起来迎接比赛呢，展现你们的最大的加油声。准备了 ，Ready， 梦想家，
加油！
梦想家，
加油！
梦想家。 All right， 谢谢大家，谢谢壮壮，谢谢女孩，谢谢优尼颂以及 DJ Ken。摩斯拉梦想家，感谢各位球迷朋友热烈支持，也要谢谢一直以来大力支持台湾篮球、支持梦想家的合作伙伴。我们要花一点时间，谢谢以下的指导单位以及赞助单位。首先，谢谢指导单位运动部。 台中市政府、台中市政府运动局以及中华民国篮球协会，谢谢梦想家的赞助伙伴们，海硕集团值得您信赖的国际海空运物流公司，心想科技全球货运代理整合讯资讯平台 ，EVO6 电动车充电服务，补电超轻松，搭 Mac 杜拜与川普联名的第一大私人开发商。 钻石集团、上海商业储蓄银行、硕网资讯、企业 AI 软实力首选 Intermission、Patrolani 为职人而生，彻底翻转安全鞋的定义。谢谢 Area 02亚洲指标球鞋与潮流交易平台，马吉斯世界10大轮胎公司，源自彰化的台湾之光 ，Long Life 全台 No.1 歌唱才艺直播平台，美金融日本百年运动品牌。 Hush， 自信的台湾品牌，启动你的最佳旅程。H&M Grand Now Move Together， 曼旦马莲最好穿的内衣，天天舒服穿。谢谢朝日堂、台中聚餐名店、日式烧肉锅煮鸳鸯锅。谢谢风格美学诊所、信伦皮肤科诊所、Step V， 你的健康好伙伴。环台光电、太阳能领导品牌。乌日灵性音乐，在地人推荐的好音乐。 统一 H2O， 统一 H2O 纯水，喝水就喝 H2O。统一 Unifin 运动饮料，流汗就喝 Unifin。谢谢五牌平浪啤酒以及 XO Jump 职业运动等级恢复服务 XO Jump Recovery。谢谢心灵企业，让每个台湾家庭都能享用到世界最好的产品。最后，谢谢金矿928顶级主体舒压。再次把掌声送给以上的指导单位以及赞助商，谢谢对于梦想家的爱。目光持定，锁定场中你们最爱的女孩Formosa Sexy 来了 ，Let's go girls! Oh yeah!
It's time. The world will know you as pop stars. But you will be much more than that.
You came at a bad time, but you just crossed the line. You wanna get wild? Okay, I'll show you wild.
Better come right, better look right, get them to a level. Cause my die, living the time, trying to start a battle. Bleeding is in my blood, yeah, so put that dollar up. Bleeding you is what I do, yeah. Body, naughty, sorry. And when you pull up, I pull up a little late to the party. La 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 la, I can know that I'm born for this. There ain't no point in avoiding it. I know it'll be pretty pizza, that big on me up the bed, yo. Logging you out like a lullaby. Hear the sound in your mind. Better sit down for the show, cause I'm gonna show you how it's done, done, done. How tricks don't miss, how it's done, done, done. Hot tricks don't quit, how it's done, done.
I can destroy the hunters for good. It's time for a new strategy.
I was a ghost, I was alone. 두어진 길 속에 given the throne, I didn't know how to believe I was the queen that I'm meant to be. I lived two lives, tried to play both sides, but I couldn't find my own place. Caught a problem child, cause I got too wild, but now that's how I'm getting paid. 끝없이 on stage, I'm done hiding, now I'm shining like I'm born to be. We dreaming hard, we came so far, now I believe
Yes, sir. Thank you, girls. 谢谢。Formosa sexy girl， 谢谢女孩们。欢迎新北中心特工球员进场。1号李瑞奇。Number 2, Gold Beach 2号贝奇。5号于伟豪，7号魏家豪，12号林任宏，20号黄宏汉，24号简廷照，76号曾文鼎，77号李佩岑，新北中心特工先发0号阿巴西。10号谢雅轩 ，Number 11 Nemanja Ladovic， 11号内马，16号林伟汉 ，Number 19 Marko Tudorovic， 19号马可。新北中心特工董事长陈国恩，领队杨淑慧，总经理刘志威 ，Head Coach 总教练 Coach Mo Mir， 助理教练 Assistant Coach Zebeki。泽维奇、尤维查，球员发展兼禽兽教练许慈兴。福尔摩沙梦想家秉持铁血的斗志，打造强悍的战场。梦想家人们，我们汇集能量，携手一同并肩作战。Come on, let's welcome Formosa Dreamer!
A sphere, a world. Endless possibilities. Every mark tells a story of struggle and fight. From one step to many footsteps. Dust rises, sweat falls, the heartbeat of battle. Tear dribbles echo, voices roar, the rhythm builds. Until that single shot slows the world down. The ball travels through every moment we live. And when it drops in, the world ignites again.
全新动能再次超越无限，准备好你的呐喊声，属于梦想家的 New Era 从此起航。Are you ready? We're coming! Let's go, Dreamer! And now, Number 9 9号后场指挥官，梦想推进器老吴胜旭。赛德克狙击手标速跑车 Number 11 11号李旭熙，外围火力保证冠军射手 Number 20 20号钱伟若，梦想家最准菜鸟。梦想家最后一道防线，台湾魔兽 Number 26 26号李德伟，浪花小弟 Number 27， 梦想家最准菜鸟史成平，梦想家后场魔术师全能射手 Number 28 28号卢冠良。Number 35 35号全能前锋梦想黑豹Helmet。 B 梦想护盾 Number 88 88号周博哲。And now starting five 先发。体能劲爆，攻守兼备 ，Number 24 24号西康航空谢沃克。来自加纳的西非坦克梦想重装炮 ，Number 15 50号 Bentier。来自西甲的冠军前人前锋 ，Number 33 33号 Trey Tompkins。梦想涂装喷射机 Number 3 3号谢宗宪，台中出产的 MVP 梦想球王 Ladies and Gentlemen Number 41 44号江玉安。Formosa 梦想家 Head Coach 总教练简浩 Assistant Coach。助理总教练 Jimmy Pianman， 助理教练赖柏林 Daniel King， 球员发展总监田磊，领队陈立忠，总经理韩俊凯，双方球员场中握手致意，最后的热身时间。
耶！各位现场大朋友、小朋友，大家好，欢迎来到梦想家的主场，拿起你的折扇，欢迎来到我们今天变形金刚主题日，大家好！耶！敲起你的折扇，先让我听到大家今天在场的声音好吗？
Watching TPBL, the stage is set at Intercontinental Mini-Dome for Game 89. CTBC DEA against the Formosa Dreamers on this Saturday afternoon. Taylor Chen and Clive Xu once again reunited. Clive, we'll see if rest is good or rest is a little bit too much for both sides.
I know this image is an AI. It's not artificial. We actually are in the same place tonight. And yeah, you're right. The rest, I imagine there'll be some rust. They both have had one game after the long Chinese New Year FIBA break, so it should be slowly coming off. But either way, I think it's going to be a tightly contested game. They're fairly evenly matched two teams.
Yeah, I would say so. As we take a look at the season standings right now, Formosa Dreamers will try to utilize this weekend to pull ahead. New Taipei Kings, they just have 9 games left to really make big moves to fight for the certain rankings in playoffs, while the Lioneers will have to endure the most games ahead. Now Mars return next weekend, while the Aquas, well, they're going to continue to play catch-up. They've been sitting at 7th place pretty much the entirety of said season. As we take a look at today's game notes, DEA and the Dreamers are currently tied right now 2-2, so today is their penultimate matchup, while we talk about the Dreamers, there is no coincidence why they are on a 4-game winning streak. They're averaging 24 assists since February, so a lot of teamwork making the dream work. As finally Victor Gadifers, he is locked and loaded now. He isn't playing in today's game, but he did survive the import roster cut, so we'll probably expect him in the upcoming matchups. But on the other hand, Brandon Gilbeck is also not in today's lineup. He's kind of dealing with sciatica issues since the Chinese Taipei World Cup qualifiers. Now, the league sat down with Ling Wei Han before and asked him what can he learn from.
然后也比较不专心。那教练团又提醒大家在 上场的第1秒钟开始就要展现出比别人想要赢球的企图心，所以我们在这个礼拜比较注重于在比赛的心态，然后跟面对困难的时候怎么去沟通，然后一起解决问题这样子。对，因为我们的4位洋将其实他们的优点都很明确，像马可就比较全面，然后有外线有内线，然后也能助攻。然后内马就是积极度很好，然后活动性很强。然后贝奇就不用说，他的外线是特别好，然后让大家都不太敢去协防，然后让就是整体的进攻的空间感会变得很好。然后菲克就是有他比较全面，能防守，然后能推进，然后就是打球很积极，他的态度是球队需要的。对，所以在配每一个洋将在场上的时候，我会尽量抓住他们特点，然后去展现出教练团想要给予我的工作，怎么去分配球啊，然后找到优点去打这样子。对。
So I will try to quickly translate that Wei Han was told by the coach to emphasis on reminding it's about the changing of mindset and how to communicate through those tough times. Now, talking about every single import player, every player has their strong suits, particularly Bo Beach, who's in today's lineup. He's shooting 42% for 3. Now, that is definitely something that they need. But before I translate some more, the league also sat down with Aji. He came off the bench swinging into their match against Kaohsiung Aquas. Now, the league asked him how he has adapted to being the 6th man on the bench rather than being in the starting rotation, in which we saw more of last season.
就是从反正出发，然后就是在开赛的时候，就是有给自己一些目标，就是在场上，就是在场下，如果有看到一些就是先发有什么问题的话，在场下可以马上可以解读，然后再上去解决问题，这样。透过教练还有队友关系，然后就是他们的鼓励，然后才可以就是在场上就可以一上去就可以帮助到球队这样。就是跟他们打过4场嘛，然后就是有注意到他们都是喜欢用加号跟巴西会来压控球，然后就是这礼拜的训练也是有针对这个问题，就是会比较多利用禁区，然后再倒出来，然后让我们这些后卫有比较多的进攻的空间，就不要一开始就是从后面一直要跟对面一打1这样。
As we take a look at our crew chief and his referees flanking on his left and right, Aji briefly mentioned that his responsibilities include filling in the gaps for the starting 5, and in particular, he also noted that before the game, they watched film from Kangaroo, Wei Jiahao, as well as local player Al Bashir before the game. Now, Clive, what do you think are some key points in the Dreamers getting their 5th game win in a row?
Yeah, the Dreamers, I think, you know, in the game, one of the game notes, they're averaging 20 assists in their winning streak. That's not very characteristic of their team, and Aji kind of mentioned that in his interview as well. The guards, their first wave of offense isn't initiated by the guards. They want to go inside, see what's there, and then come back outside to utilize their strength, whether it's cutting or shooting. So I think continue to build off of what they've been doing in terms of team-oriented basketball, I think will only help them. And then another characteristic of weakness that they've had is they've been a lot of turnovers. Average, I think they're worst in the league. So if they can limit that and then share the ball, assist inside, outside, I think they'll be in good shape.
Yeah, well said. Now, their last matchup, but before we get into that, we'll break up the starting 5 of Ling Wei Han, Xie Yashuan, Eric Al-Bashir, Nemanja Radovic, as well as Marko Tordovich. For the Formosa Dreamers, it is Jiang Yuan, Wayne, Zhang Zongxian, Jet, Randall Walko, Trey Tompkins, as well as Benjamin Bentel.
And I think a key defensively for the Dreamers is how do they keep Radovic in check? Because in the 3 games that he's played against them, he's averaged 25.7 points, which is more than 6 points above his season average. So he's always played well against them. Marco, he's going to get his 20, 25 points, 10 rebounds. but it's the other guys that you want to contain, so that make the other guys beat you, especially Radovic, looking at the numbers.
I would also say that, you know, if we look at the last game, as we get started here, Wako with the possession, Dreamers in black and CTBC DEA in yellow. Marko Tordovic, we see in the last matchup that he's actually not invincible after all. He scored 0 points within the paint against the Kaohsiung Aquas. So to say the least, that he is stoppable. So again, emphasis on the defense today as El Bashir gets started. Points on the board for DEA.
Yeah, that first shot taken by Bentel, I don't think that's what Coach Creighton or the team would want. That not a team-oriented shot. He went one-on-one and took a fadeaway to start off this game, and Al Bashir backdoor cut right away. So each possession, if you're just looking at the 2 possessions to start here, a good start for DEA, not quite the start that they want from the Dreamers.
Yeah, you saw DEA's possession after a turnover committed by the Formosa Dreamers. Clive, you mentioned that they commit the most turnovers. Well, they do commit the most at 18 turnovers now against the CTBC DEA. It's even more so, 20 turnovers to be exact. So how to keep that down is the question for today's game. Also, Wei Han from the outside couldn't get the 3-piece back over to Dreamers.
Yeah, it's a tough combination for the Dreamers. A lot of turnovers, and then DEA, their defense is stifling. You know, that's a heavy emphasis for them as Jet drains that 3 for the first points for the Dreamers.
Yeah, nothing but net. He scored his season high in their last matchup against the DEA. So Randall Wackel as well as Jet, they had quite a performance. Combined score of, I believe, almost 50 points between the 2 of them, as the 2 bigs from the DEA trying to scrounge for a 2-piece. No call from the referees. There's a kick out once again from the corner. Randall Wacko for a 3, and that one's good.
There's that inside-outside game that Achi was talking about, you know, to start during his interview. And the Dreamers running that one to perfection so far. First 2 buckets, wide open 3-pointers in the corner.
Yeah, off to a good start for the Formosa Dreamers. Randall Wacko hit season high, 22 points. Wei Han, no look pass to Tordovic, getting the finger roll.
Yeah, the Dreamers, their 3 imports today, Bentel, Tompkins, and Holman, certainly all 3 capable. But on the inside presence, as you can see on that drive there, they're going to miss Gilbeck's inside presence a little bit.
And the 3s are falling for the Formosa Dreamers. This time it's Ben Bentil from the top. So they shot 55% overall from the field against DEA. That was their 2nd best shooting performance overall this season from the wing. Wei Han answers right back. Score now at 9-4. Or 9-7 now, scoreboard updated. Tordovic corralling the board with no contest. Over to Bashir. There's the help defense from the Dreamers, catching Wei Han wide open for another bucket.
It's a 3-point contest so far.
No kidding.
But that's just really smart basketball by DEA. Abashi with a mismatch goes inside, and then dumps it right back outside for a wide open shot for Wei Han.
Sent back with interest. Wacko trying to get his 2nd 3. Wei Han once again looping upwards, but that goes back into the hands of Dreamers. Jet, no entry allowed. Back over to Bentil thanks to Wayne's recovery. The clock is now at 10 seconds. Driving through the lane, pass at the baseline for Trey Tompkins' first bucket today.
Yeah, Trey Tompkins, what do you think, sporting the new hairdo? Got rid of his dreadlocks.
I like it. Maybe he'll run faster with less hair.
Less weight.
Yeah.
We'll see.
He finally came back after injury from January 10th, and the reverse land for Bashir does not fall through the ring.
Yeah, a bit of a wild shot there from Abashi.
Off mark for Bentil, and Tordovic corrals the board. Tordovic re-signed with the DEA after playing 5 games the last season. There's a catch and shoot for Al Bashir, who gets the rebound. That's going to be Wayne, little race car coming through. Shot no good. Bashir and Radovic fighting for the board.
Yeah, Wayne missed that shot, but it's good to see him take some shots early. I think they're going to need him with Ma injured. That's a lot of firepower coming off the bench that you're missing for this game. And I think Wayne, he's a capable scorer. I think he just needs to be a little more aggressive. So that's a good first shot for him.
Scoop attempt by Xie Yashen. Yeah, he ran a little cold in the Aquas game. Only scored 2 points and 4 assists. So that's where we talked about Aji coming through. 21 points off the bench. Xiao An coming through down the lane, drawing foul.
Yeah, so maybe that's been a point of emphasis from the coaching staff pre-game for Wayne. You know, he took that jumper and now he's attacking the basket. You know, missing Ma off of the rush of injury. You know, they're gonna have to make up that additional 15, 20 points that Ma can come up with from the bench.
Yeah, Ma Jianhao, Riven Ma sprained his ankle while playing in the Chinese Taipei national team. That was against Team Korea. It was a nasty sprain, I think, around the first or second quarter.
Oh, this is going way back.
Yes, so what the referee said that they will review one of the 3-point shots, whether or not it needs to be reverted to 2 points. Now, we'll see which shot that they're talking about exactly. We'll see on the screen very shortly.
That's a little curious because we don't know which shot they're looking at. So
I mean, there were so many threes, you couldn't even tell.
And play has continued. Rarely do you see them stop one of these to look at a 3.
So this is on Jet.
That's the first shot of the game, isn't it?
I believe so. They're going to see if whether or not Jet landed on the line. So we're looking at the baseline perspective. He's just on the line, I see. What are your thoughts, Clyde?
I don't think there's enough evidence to overturn that.
What I like to say is if it's a 50-50 call, oftentimes they wouldn't change it, but this is probably the best perspective. Oh, maybe not.
Tompkins
spoke
blocked
too
it.
soon.
Bento blocked it.
Yeah, the camera then quickly went to the basket, so we're just seeing the repeated camera views now. And see Wayne is also blocking Jet's feet here. So the current score right now with the Dreamers currently leading
11-10, I think it is.
I'll give both sides a little bit of a breather. I noticed that a couple of players were going to get ready to get subbed in for the Dreamers. Looked like it was Eric Coleman as well as Ryan. It's taking quite a bit of time for them to deliberate.
Right.
Now this is before Wayne should be getting ready for the
好，由于画面没有很明确的可以看到踩到线，所以还是维持原判3分。
So just as I had assumed, if it's too hard to tell, then they're not going to change the call. So Jet is back at the bench. Checking in for him is indeed Eric Holman as well as Ryan, number 28 for the Dreamers. So this is Wayne's second season with the Dreamers, originally from Taichung. Last played for the Taoren Taiwan Beer Leopards.
A T1 League MVP as well back in the day.
So cashes in those free throws, score 13-10 with under 7 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Game 89, Dreamers trying to withheld the fourth game winning streak to 5. Here's the catch and shoot for Xie Yashen.
Yeah, the Dreamers a little bit of full court pressure there. Not necessarily looking to steal the ball, just to take some time off the shot clock, and they fell into a zone, and that time it worked effectively.
Pop step for Randall Wacko is good now with 5 points for him on the scoreboard. No subs in for DEA just yet. And the fadeaway for Bashir, off mark. But a second chance opportunity is given for DEA. Radovic going ISO against Coleman and getting the hook finish.
Yeah, really patient there, went inside, didn't see it, turned back around. A tough shot over Holman's outstretched arm.
Bento with a kick out, swinging it over to the wing. There's Wayne, guarded by Wei Han, the two veterans from both sides. Tortovich getting the misfire pass. Some ligaments getting entangled. Tortovich trying to get the two out of bounds, and DEA's ball. So before DEA inbounds, with 14 seconds on the shot clock, we have ourselves our first time out. And game is kept close. The score 15-12. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for more TPBL.
就可以有机会得到我们阿吉还有我这边所丢的绿球。想要玩游戏的双手借给我好吗？可以来玩中场游戏。这一区吗？好，来双手举起来。好球！那记得呢，今天呢有机会呢来玩这个准备的练习球衣一件。参赛者呢，今天呢在第二节倒数5分钟的时候到1楼出入口找工作人员报到，我们准时集合哦，谢谢。
好了，谢谢壮壮拿到球迷。拿到小球的球迷朋友，待会在第二节倒数5分钟，到我们1楼找工作人员，邀请你玩中场游戏。谢谢。暂停时间到 ，Time out is over。
AXN Sports giving you your dose of pro basketball all weekend long. Clive Hsu and Taylor Chen on the broadcast for Game 89. DEA's possession with 14 seconds remain from the baseline. We've already seen quite a shootout between the two teams. The DEA making 3 threes and Dreamers with 2. Baseline pass, reset out to Bashir. Bashir's 3 is nothing but net.
Yeah, 2 of the 3 3-pointers for DEA and for the Dreamers also, inside, outside. So if they be patient, if both teams are patient and they work the ball around, they'll get good shots. But it's when you want to go one-on-one and you're rushing those shots, you know, that tends to result in a negative outcome in terms of offense. So both teams doing a pretty good job so far. Being patient.
Aji checking into the game for the first time. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Bentil with a step back. Too strong. Just off mark for both Jet and Bentil. Eric Shea-Yashin coming through, finding Bashir. There's a mismatch in size.
Yeah, this looks like it's going to be a tough matchup the entire game for the Dreamers, is who they're going to have guard Abachi. Because it was Wayne and then Aji's came in and sub, and he's guarding him as well. So look for DEA definitely to continue to take advantage of that.
So from friends now to foes, Bo Beach checks into the game, former Formosa Dreamers player. So signed him in on December 22nd for his outside shooting capabilities, which really makes up for Gadifer's lack of outside shooting, which sits at 9%. As I mentioned earlier, Bo Beach, 42, and here comes Tortovich. Easy does it. There's a little lapse in defense from Tompkins.
Yeah, you know Bo Beach is licking his chops for this game against his old team.
Absolutely.
You know, you mentioned him being signed in late December. His first game back was here against the Dreamers, and he drained 6 3-pointers. So really comfortable. This is almost a home court for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Very familiar. There's this deep pass over to Yashin. Now, this is the first time that DEA has this import lineup against the Dreamers. Now, with Tortovich, Radovic, as well as Bo Beach, they are 3 for 3. So they've won all 3 games with this particular matchup. So Coach Mo Radovic will hope for a perfect record with them, and they call foul. Aji will get 3 free throws at the line.
Yeah, that was a smart shot by Aji. Not necessarily that he was taking the 3 to make it, but I think he sensed the defender there, and he knew he could maybe get away with maybe a little acting there on the fall.
I like to call it embellishment.
Embellishment.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a perfect word there.
Trying to be a little bit more diplomatic about it.
Yeah. And the Dreamers' highest free throw percentage in the league as well, so they want to get to the line as much as possible.
Yeah, overall they're sitting at 74%, and this is against the team that has the worst free throw percentage, so they sit at 68. Now, that's not even the worst. I looked it up, Clive. Their worst shooting percentage was 41%.
Oh my.
I think that might have been against the Formosa Dreamers also.
Free throws, 41%.
It's not acceptable, man. But hey, that's professional basketball for you sometimes. Yeah, absolutely. As Aji is on the line, we're talking about him. He's 86%. Now, before the game started, the league mentioned that he came off the bench as the 6th man. He was formerly the 6th man of the year back in the 22-23 season. But as I mentioned before, last season, roles changed as he was more so the game starter as TJ Jianping Zhao checks into the game. 3 seconds remain, and from the top, Al-Bashir does not get the 3-piece. Holman corrals aboard.
Yeah, there was a lot of talk last year when the Dreamers initially signed Wayne. They had 2 very capable point guards. Steal there.
Euro step turnover does not become a touchdown. 18-17 is the score. Jet trying to make up for lost time, draws a foul off of his former teammate from the Taipei Fubon Braves.
Marco Todorovic looks like he's hurt. He's limping. He's hurting a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if he tweaked something on that layup there.
Yeah, maybe we can take a look here on the screen.
He just kind of lost the handles there a little bit. But to finish my thought about Wayne and Aji, a lot of people were wondering how are these two going to work together, 2 capable point guards play the same style. And I think Coach Doug Creighton, he's done a great job of, one, getting Aji to kind of accept that 6-man role and see the value of him coming off the bench and providing that immediate offensive power to complement Wayne. Sometimes you'll see them on the floor together.
Yes.
Not very often, but I think they're slowly finding, into year 2, they're finding the rhythm of playing together, those 2 guys.
I would agree with that. And, to say to also circle back, credit to Doug Creighton, he also brought back Jamie Perlman. So I think Perlman having the experience as a head coach before, he really helped mold it and played around with the rotation. Because, Clive, you talked about, Aji and Wayne being a 2-man guard rotation on the court. I realized that it wasn't as successful, so you're right. They don't put them on at the same time, so it's good to switch them off. Pushing foul called on Beach. DEA got 3, now 4 team fouls. Dreamers only with 2 so far. Dahan, number 22, checks in for Bashir. Goes by Huang Cong Han. As well as Lewis, number 20, checking in for the first time. Jian Weiru. From the sideline, Jet inbounding, 14 seconds. Kangaroo guarding Aji, swinging it back over to Trey Tompkins. Quick hand up down low. And a pushing foul is called on Radovic this time. So back-to-back fouls for DEA.
It's same situation. It's same situation happened here allowed.
So with that said, Trey
they have only
Tompkins
2
will
fouls.
be at the line for the first time.
Coach Mamir pleading his case over there.
Yeah.
You said they only have 2 fouls, so there are 5 fouls.
Sometimes if we're lucky, when he's frustrated, we can hear a little bit of Serbian. This is his first year as head coach. Last season, he was upgraded to executive head coach while Guanga was still running the DEA organization. He's now with the Yankee Arc, newly formed team out in Hsinchu City.
Yeah, I believe this is like Coach Mamir's 3rd or 4th year in the DEA organization. So that's a testament to his basketball knowledge and his ability to bridge cultures as well. Because as a coach, to last that long here, you know, it's not an easy task.
Definitely not. He joined the DEA organization back in 2022, helped them win their first ever championship title with the T1 League. Kanga playing point guard now. Bow Beach not finding entry. Out of bounds, Dreamers possession. Seems like DEA is not too happy. They don't seem to be catching any breaks.
Yeah, DEA, I would say their season, you know, they're 12-12. They've lost 3 games in a row a couple times. Their longest winning streak, 4 games. The longest winning streak is 3 games. So they've just kind of been, you know, they had high expectations coming in with Abashi coming back. But, you know, they haven't really put it together yet so far. But now the import deadline's over. They know the 4 guys that they have. You know, there's 3 of them are Serbian, Coach Mamir, Radovic, Todorovic. They're Serbian, like Montenegro background basketball knowledge. So they definitely know each other. Beach has spent a lot of his early part of his career. He played there as well. So, you know, they definitely have the components. It's just, you know, this last third of the season, who can put it together and hit the peak towards the playoffs.
It's about how you're cooking or how you put those ingredients together.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you know, again, we give credit to Momir, but there's a lot of pressure on him and the coaching staff because he's been around for so long. Expectations are really high. You talked about Bashir coming back from the Happy Nets. You talk about Marko Tordovic. He came in swinging with 5 games, scored almost 30 points per game last season. So things should be, you know, running smoothly by now, you would think. But as you said, hopefully with their imports locked and loaded, hopefully Gadifer will return. We're not really sure if he's out due to injury or they're just giving him some good rest as we start back up. Dreamers possession. Trapped in the corner, they say Aji stepped on the line.
Yeah, Aji a little bit out of control on that possession there. But you know, you can say the same for the Dreamers. They started off, I think, 1-3, 2-4 maybe. Not a great start for Coach Creighton. But you know, they've lost 11 games. I looked at their point differential. 5 of those losses were single digits, and 4 of those losses were 5 or less points. So you know, they're 14-11. They could easily be 19-6. So they seem like they're close to putting it all together as well.
DEA's possession still, they call foul on...
Offensive foul.
Yep. So back over to Dreamers.
Is that
did you see the
third foul?
Yeah, you see the arm hook between Radovic as well as Holman, so foul trouble is not good, especially with Tordovic having some kind of tweak in his leg or ankle, but it looks like
that's his 3rd foul.
Yeah, that's not a good sign for DEA. Tordovic and Xie Yashuan checking back into the game. So with that foul call, that's going to be more free throws for Dreamers. Now the score is 23-17, and this is to say Dreamers only have 2 team fouls still, with 1 minute 13 seconds remaining in regulation.
Yeah, those are the in-game adjustments that both sides will have to make, especially for DEA, because I'm sure he's going to sit for the most part of the second quarter as well. So how do you adjust your game plan? And then for the Dreamers, how do you then take advantage of that and capitalize on one of their imports kind of being in foul trouble already?
So back over to DEA. Trying to get their first win after the Lunar New Year break, and Tordovic gets the jam. Coming out after a couple of minutes of rest on the bench, he looks to be okay, no more limping.
Yeah, no help side defense there. So an easy flush for Todorovic.
Holman, baseline pass out to Lewis. Lewis for 3. Players going high up for the board. There's a body on the floor right now. That's Dahan. And more free throws are given. This time it's on Tordovic. So another pushing foul. So this time Tordovic now is with, we'll have to take a look at the fouls committed.
Yeah, a lot of open hands here, wondering what's the call, why. My good friend Terry McGill, he always says, open hand is an admission of guilt.
That's a good one. So luckily for DEA, that's only Tordovic's first foul. Now, Holman, this is his second season with the Formosa Dreamers. So Dreamers pulling ahead due to free throws. We'll have to take account of the free throws totaled. Uncontested, Shea Yashin shot comes through. There's the break that the DEA need. They're behind only by 1 possession now. The clock is counting down. Final possession possibly for the Dreamers. And Aji at the top is going to take his time. Stepping back left, wide open. Couldn't get the bunny shot. Tordovic trying to find an open man, but
too late.
Yeah, did not catch it in time. So a couple turnovers committed by the Formosa Dreamers, but they cleaned up their act, and just like that, they have the lead 25-22. So we'll be right back for the second quarter. Stay tuned for more TPBL on AXN Asia.
第一位幸运朋友选中了，好，这里也有，这里有没有想要的？这里举手，来，还有一个，这里吗？好的，从哪里开始？第一位，好，就从你开始，帮我们射进 logo 圈圈里面，加油！哇，可惜弹道有点偏，第二位，来加油！ 慢慢的，今天有点距离，慢慢的滑过来，耶！恭喜，最后一位幸运得主，恭喜，恭喜两位我们的我梦家人可以在期限内持券到法大炸鸡的台中金城总店兑换我们的法大炸鸡，谢谢。
好，谢谢壮壮，也提醒大家，今天在赛后将举办变形金刚柯博文的拍照会，只要比赛结束前到梦想商店购买梦想家的变形金刚的联名商品，单笔消费满2000元即可获得拍照会的资格。一张凭证可以4个人一同来参加拍照会，非常超值，大小朋友不要错过了，一起来为这难得的回忆留下纪念。同时呢，我们今天也欢迎台中联彰排球队 来到我们的现场，他们也是职业排球联盟2025到2026球季例行赛的冠军。5月份呢，将在台体大争夺直排员人的总冠军。今天来到现场跟我们。
You're watching at TPBL, brought to you by AXN Sports on AXN Asia and AXN Taiwan. Clive Xu and Taylor Chen bringing you game 89. Well, that's one way to start the first quarter. Clive, I did the number counting, and 12 of the points made by the Dreamers were just from free throws alone.
Yeah, they shot 15 and DEA shot a big fat 0.
Yeah.
So Coach Mamir and that DEA bench, they do have a point there.
Understandably so, for sure. As we saw towards the end, Dreamers only committed 2 team fouls. And talking about how one of the imports is already in foul trouble in the first. Radovic with 3. Shot clock's counting down 6 seconds. Jet, contested 3. Nasty stuff.
Yeah, Jet stepped right into that one, a good rhythm shot.
Yeah, he's really gotten his rhythm back since the last season. He only scored 6 points per game. This time around, his player efficiency rating soared from 10 to 17 now. There's the break that the DEA could use. So free throws this time are given to DEA.
I mean, I've never seen a ref change their call based off of coach or player complaining. So DEA, both sides, every time there's a call, there's a lot of, lively conversation.
Yeah.
But you either deal with it or, you make the adjustment, and we'll see if DEA can make the adjustment in the second quarter here and try and even that out a little bit.
This is, as we just said, their first set of free throws in this game. Score 28-23. Aji starting the second quarter over Wayne Xiaoan. Wako. Too short, getting nothing but air. Bo Beach starting in the second quarter, bringing the ball down to DA, pulling up for the three. A little bit too much to the right. There's a pushing foul called on number 50, Ben Bentil. So inbounding will be TJ Jianting Zhao.
I'll also be curious to see how Coach Creighton monitors Bentil's minutes. Bo Beach misfires again. As is the way TPBL schedules their games, 2 home teams, they'll play back-to-back sets. So Bentil, he plays so hard. He goes aggressive the whole time. And the 2 times that they've had back-to-back sets, the second game, especially in the three-point arena, I've noticed a big drop-off in his numbers and his production. 1 for 9 three-pointers both times that they're playing a back-to-back game.
Right. He had a very strong debut, and it was also here at home.
Yeah.
Trey Tompkins with the tray, and Beach is on the floor. So it looks like Tompkins is having a lively discussion.
There you go. And now this quarter, it's 3 fouls Dreamers, no fouls DEA.
Yeah.
And the tide has turned a little.
Exactly. And take a look. Tompkins knocking over Beach there. So, there you go. There's the hard contact between Tompkins and Beach. Now, I would say, was there a possible embellishment?
Yes. Bo Beach is very, he's very proficient at doing that. Tompkins did look like he lowered his shoulder a little. I'm surprised DA isn't requesting, looking at that, see if that was upgrade to a flagrant 1. But he helped each come up afterwards, so it's some just good-natured competition there.
Ooh, bad look by Xie Yashen. Tournament was clearly wide open, and there's a quarterback throw way out of bounds. So it's getting a little dicey on the court right now.
The tension is rising. Tompkins wanted a flagrant foul on that one too. I suspect they might look at that. When I saw it, looked like from our view, it looked like it was unnecessary action with his bringing down his right arm. But we'll see.
So with a lot of stop and go action, particularly when there's quite a bit of tension. Before I go on, referees will be taking a look at the IRS, seeing if they do need to upgrade the foul. So we'll see that on the screen. But what I was going to say, Clive, is, with this stop-and-go action with a lot of tension, the testament or the test between the two is who will be able to come out stronger with this tension rising from both sides.
That didn't look flagrant. Usually it's some kind of, contact to the head, above the shoulder. That he just kind of hugged from behind. It definitely wasn't on purpose foul. I don't think it was flagrant. It didn't look too bad.
I don't know. I don't think there's a necessary reason for Da Han to swing his arm that way, though. So we'll take a listen to see what they deliberate or finalize.
Just a regular common foul.
As you said, Clive, tables have turned. Dreamers with 3 team fouls, and Xiaoan checking back into the game with Jet inbounding. Shot clock is reset at 24 seconds. So no ball movement there until finally Tompkins having possession, going one-on-one against Bo Beach. Jumper goes in and one. So that'll get the crowd and hopefully the Dreamers going here. Yeah, that's 2 times Bo Beach made contact on Tompkins.
It's a little tap on the forearm, but it's right in front of the ref, so he's going to call that.
Yeah, we definitely don't need slow motion for that either. Dahan checking out.
Little game within the game here between Bo Beach and Tompkins.
Well, that certainly makes things interesting. Tompkins at the line.
Yeah, obviously basketball is a physical game.
Is it?
But the mental side also, you know, who can get under whose skin and who can keep their composure. We'll see.
I will say, having Bo Beach with the Formosa Dreamers, that was oftentimes the topic of conversation.
It was a lot.
Yeah, to say it in the most diplomatic way. So, you know, that's good for if you're teammates with him, but bad if you're playing against him. So Beach getting a bucket in the second quarter. So right now, Dreamers are outscoring DEA 8-1 right now, and Tompkins for the long 2, dropping the 2-piece.
Now what? What happened there?
Quick sub in.
Sub?
Oh, there's bleeding. So he's contesting that he's not bleeding, but if referees see an open cut, open wound, the player is required to be removed from the court to get it patched up, I believe, but I don't see any blood.
Tompkins, for me, for the Dreamers, I think was a great pickup. The offense just feels much more fluid when he's out there. Just a really smart player. He can pass out of the high post, and you can see he's a capable shooter. He scored in 2 straight possessions.
Yeah, he's got a lot of experience out in EuroLeague, played out there from 2014 all the way up to 2022. So a lot of high caliber experience between him as well as Benjamin Bento too.
Yeah, Bento to me, along with Lasan Chroma of the Leopards, I think those 2 guys, one of those 2, the 2 front runners, I should say, for the import MVP this year for the league.
Kick out to Bento for 3, and it's good.
Right on cue, Bento, my man.
Score now 38-25. That's the biggest lead that we've seen as of yet, and DEA had seen enough. They call for the much-needed timeout. Game 89, and Dreamers pull ahead. So after the break, we'll be right back for more TPBL.
就有机会获得由 Area 0提供的 Nike Air Zoom GT Couple Photo Blue， 赶快拿起你的手机，扫描大荧幕，千万不要错过今天的主场机会。拿起你的手机，把握机会，扫描我们今天大荧幕上面的 QR code， 就有机会得到由 Area 02所提供的这一次的球鞋1双哦。倒数5秒钟。今天就会公布我们的幸运中签的我梦家人朋友，3、2、1，谢谢。
Formosa Dreamers starting off the second quarter strong as they pull ahead 13-3 in the second. This is the largest lead, as I mentioned before. Clive Xu and Taylor Chen on today's broadcast. Bo Beach, only player to have made a bucket in the second for DEA.
Yeah, and the only player to have scored off of the bench for DEA, whereas Aji and Holman have combined for 9 points for the Dreamers off the bench.
Yeah, that's where we talk about where the Dreamers really have the right formula in terms of having a deeper set of rotation players. Aji coming off the bench as their, what I would say he would be contested as the sixth man of the year for TPBL.
Absolutely.
There's a kick out to Wako from the corner. Dishes it and gets it served.
Yeah, the ball movement for the Dreamers just much more fluid right now. And I don't know if this is, you know, a natural consequence, a little effect. Oh, Shea Yashun missed that one. Goaltending there. Called on Bento. Of Radovic with his early foul trouble. You know, the game plan is different. Beach has played, you know, the whole entire second quarter. And Todorovic, Marco, he's forced to play more than maybe he's accustomed to this early in the game, at least. So that early foul trouble is definitely causing, you know, DEA some issues right now.
This is very reminiscent of their matchup in early January. There's a catch and shoot for Bento. Not a problem from the long range overall. Formosa Dreamers are, like I said, they're pulling ahead in terms of three. They're 60% from beyond the arc. There's a no-look pass to Yashun, sidestepping Xiaoan. And he pulls up for his three himself.
That was a tough shot, but boy, did DEA need that one. Shea Yashun's second three-pointer, I believe.
They got some catching up to do. They've only made 5 for the DEA. Now, talking about Bo Beach coming off the bench, he can be very streaky with those three-point shots also. So we'll see how he fares in today's matchup, especially him being forced more minutes while Radovic sits out.
Yeah. There's not a shot that Bo Beach doesn't like to take. He has a really quick trigger. It can be far out, 10 feet from behind the three-point line. If he's open, he'll shoot it.
Well, good eye on Randall Wako, seeing that only 2.5 seconds remain on the shot clock. Bo Beach step back three. No three-piece, and referee calls foul on Bento.
It's not halftime yet, Bento. Get back on the court. He did not like that call. No. Push from behind. See if we'll get a replay.
Tompkins checking back in for Bento. Score remains 44-30. Shea Yashun rounding up to 30 points after his second three.
Yep, his second three. Oh, nice backdoor cut there.
Okay, well, DEA will certainly take that. The clock will be reset. 2 free throws are granted to Shea Yashun, and they call Xiaoan's foul. So the script has been flipped. Dreamers are now in the penalty. DEA only with 2 team fouls.
And that's going to be huge for DEA now, as we have over half of the second quarter still left to play, and they're already in the penalty and bonus.
Shea Yashun at the line. He's selected as the December's Player of the Month, averaging 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 steals.
Yeah, number 6 in the league at 43, plus his 2 today. He's at 45 three-pointers. The leader in that is far and away Gao Jingwei of the Leopards, over 70 three-pointers made. A little bit of pressure here by DEA, just to slow things down a little bit as they try and play catch-up here in the second quarter. Not a bad idea.
Yeah, so far, thanks to Shea Yashun, they're trying to cut the deficit a little bit. Dreamers, 5 seconds remain. Ryan can't take the opportunity there. 2.3 seconds remain.
Oh,
and here's a turnover and a touchdown for Shea Yashun. Now this time, Doug Creighton calls for the timeout now. Shea Yashun leads the DA in terms of scoring. He's almost at 10 points, 9 points, and 1 assist so far in the game. So we take a look. The ball getting batted around
Yeah, both times either team has put on a little full court pressure and dropped into that zone. It's paid off for both teams both times. But that's just a lack of defensive intensity a little bit from the Dreamers. As DEA is upping theirs, the Dreamers have to continue and maintain that consistency. And this has been a problem for the Dreamers all year long. They'll play a great first quarter. They'll go out to a 14, 15-point lead maybe in the second quarter. But in the third quarter, they'll crash sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're certainly not wrong. We saw the last matchup against the Kaohsiung Aquas, the last place team. No, not to say it was a guaranteed loss, but we very much did see a drop-off from the Formosa Dreamers. So again, there's been, I looked at the numbers, Clive, there's been 12 games for the Dreamers where they committed over 20 turnovers.
Yep.
So again, we have the great rotation of players, good bench players, possible six-man of the year with a lot of coaching experience from Jamie Perlman and newcomers, as well as Doug Creighton being a former player to now head coach. But there's just some things that they just still have to improve on.
Right. And the frustrating thing, I think, for Doug and his coaching staff is those are relatively things that you can control. Like taking care of the ball, limiting those turnovers. A lot of those are mental mistakes. It's within your control. Getting back on defense and keeping that defensive intensity, that's effort. That's also within your control. You know, if it's a turnover where the other team is playing great defense, that you accept that. But you want to be able to take care of the things that are within your reach.
Quick pass off to Ryan. Ryan for three. That goes in and out. Tordovich corralling the board. Tordovich and Beach still remain. Radovic will probably come in, maybe 3 minutes left, and here comes the three from the corner. Dials in, does not get the answer. Wei-Han's getting this is his third game start this season. Also coming off the bench. Typically in the season, Holman lasers it outwards to the corner. Looked like Ryan was not ready for it though. So another turnover for the Dreamers.
Well, that's not a typical pass that Ryan would receive.
No, I mean, he did not expect it at
And
all.
a one-handed slingshot pass over there.
Right.
Holman was frustrated. You weren't ready for that pass, but I mean, that's not a pass that you usually make.
Through the lane, Eric fights through, but so you're risk for the biscuit, and he did not get the piece, and Randall Wacko gets the two-piece, but they should count that as goaltending.
No, challenge.
Yeah, if the ball is above the cylinder of the rim, you can't touch it. So it looks like they're going to review this one as well, which they should.
So this time it's a coach's challenge from Coach Mo from the DEA side.
Did you say risk in the biscuit?
You got to risk it for the biscuit. You've never heard of that?
I have not. I'm gonna put that one in my toolbox.
Please do.
Risk it for the biscuit.
I forgot where I heard it, so I can't get
poetry in motion right here.
We try. We've been doing it for a minute. So this is our second look at the IRS today. The first time was not a coach's challenge, but it was actually to see whether Jet pulled a 2 or a 3-point. So let's take a look at that particular angle.
That's tough.
So once again, Wacko from the left. So it's already hit the rim. Could it be another 50-50 call? We'll see as the crew chief.
好，由于球是弹起来的，所以特工挑战成功，不算。
So challenge was successful. Basket did not count as goaltending.
Count.
Yeah. So it is DEA's possession, and coach's challenge was successful. So they get to keep their challenge for the remainder of the game.
So the lead right now at 11. If DEA can get it under single digits, I think they'll be in good shape.
Sure. January 4th, the second quarter, that was actually where DEA really dropped off. They were behind by 21 points, and Tordovich going in deep. There's that help defense from the Dreamers. Can't finish, though.
Yeah, good hands by Tompkins there. Poked the ball away.
From the corner, off target, and it's 3-1 for the rebound, and this time Radovic checks in. It's now the 2 Eastern Europeans onto the court. The kick out, catch and shoot for Radovic. Does not fall.
Yeah, he's been sitting on that bench for a long time, coming in, jacking up a 3. Let's see if he can get the DEA offense rolling a little bit here.
Around and out it goes. Wako frustrated, no call by the referees, and there's a coast-to-coast land for Al-Bashir.
Al-Bashir just so athletic, rising up, wanted the foul call there.
Return after one season with the Happy Nets. He only scored 10 points per game, but that's a whole other literal ball game there out in the B1 league, and a contested shot from Tompkins goes way off mark. So it looks like subs are coming in from both sides as we take the moving highlight from Al-Bashir. He's got 7 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. He's coming off of injury, in and out of the game this season, so he still has yet to be 100% in terms of his usual player performance, and also he's celebrating, or he's participating in Ramadan.
Yeah, Ramadan, yeah, that's right.
So he talked to me before the game, and he said he's got another 4 or 5 days left, so this is usually around the time that all the players here in Taiwan participated.
And Ramadan, if you're unfamiliar, they don't eat or drink from sunrise to sunset.
It's tough.
That's really tough. So like during the game today, he's
no water.
He's no water.
Yep.
Much respect to him though for the commitment to his faith there.
Yeah, absolutely. Swing back over to the game, 89 right now. 3 minutes, 35 seconds remain in the second quarter. Al-Bashir corralling the rebound. He's coming through again, wall to wall through the baseline with a kick out. TJ returns a favor. There's the shot for the corner. And they call the foul on Achi there. Take a look. It's between Aji and Dun Wen Ding there, the 40-year-old vet from the DEA. So free throws will be given to number 76.
Have you ever seen him with short hair?
Honestly, I can't even say I have, because
I don't think I've ever seen him with short hair.
I don't even think back in like the 2010s when I got exposed to SBL, did he have short hair?
It was already long.
Yeah. So I watched, DEA has a podcast on their YouTube channel. So for those who are interested, Bo was talking about how when he was with the Formosa Dreamers, they would call him Ponytail.
Ponytail?
No name, no proper name, but they call him Ponytail.
Ponytail.
And also he was really surprised by our number 7 from the DEA, Wei Jiahao. He couldn't believe that his nickname was Kangaroo. He's like, are you sure about that? Kanga? So all different kinds of nicknames here amongst the Taiwanese teams. Clive, do you have a nickname?
What do I get called the most? Well, I work at a school, so I get called most. I just Shu. My last name.
Shu.
They call me Shu the most. Yep.
How about Shoeless? There's a baseball player from way back in the day. Their
Shoeless.
nickname was Shoeless.
Papa Shu.
Papa Shu, I like that too. Possession with DEA, and like a thief in the night, Radovic gets the bucket.
You're not going to get away with that question without me asking you what your nickname is.
Ooh.
TC?
TC is common. Tay. Call me whatever, just don't call me for money. So back over to Formosa Dreamers. Score now 44-38. DEA trying to play catch up. An uncontested shot from Bentel does not fall for the Dreamers. Nothing to show for DEA. Bringing it back. Bashir.
I don't know what the exact minutes and seconds are, but Dreamers have not scored in a good while here. It was 44-30, and now it's 44-38.
And Bashir
Another foul.
Drawing foul off of Bentel. He's quick to get up. Oh,
I
check
thought they were going
that.
to call that on Bentel.
Yeah, check that. That's a call on Bashir. Yeah, the watching Bento quickly get up, I was expecting him to have a confrontation with the baseline referee.
16-4.
So we saw early tensions in the second quarter. So as I mentioned before, we'll see who could rise up from the top afterwards. And so far, DEA is slowly but surely chipping away at the current deficit right now, which is 6 points. As Dreamers had a double-digit lead at one point. I think it was almost 15 points. Radovic fighting through. He's at the baseline, toughing it out. There's a double team, and they call travel.
Yeah, dragged his back foot, dragged his pivot foot a little bit. Beach was open in the corner. He chose not to pass it. Resulted in a turnover.
Yeah, right now, Bo Beach coming in today, he has made 2 attempts from beyond the arc, but he has made 0. So as I said, he can be streaky. There would be times where he hits 60% and then he'd be as low as making 1 out of 6, so 17%. So that's kind of what we saw last season also. It kind of rolled over to here. So I guess in a way that's consistently inconsistent. So there's Doug Creighton with Daniel Kim as well as Jamie Perlman.
Yeah, they want to talk things over, make sure they finish off this last minute and a half of the second quarter well. Not only keep their lead, but try to extend it a little bit. But just you want to have some momentum going into the second half, because the last 6-7 minutes or so of this quarter, especially offensively, they've been kind of in a funk. They've gotten some good shots. There's some corner threes that they've missed. But you know, you want to try and just extend the lead a little bit and stop the bleeding, as DEA is slowly but surely climbing back into this one.
Yeah, you talked about how the Dreamers were pulled. They were 6 minutes to be exact where they went scoreless, and that was with Xie Yashun coming through with back-to-back buckets for the DEA's lineup. As I said, he was leading in terms of scoring for DEA, now at 11 points. So there would be certain games where Xie Yashun would be leading in terms of scoring over Al-Bashir. Again, this is with Al-Bashir kind of easing his way back into his usual self. So it's good to have the other local players to supplement while he's still on the comeback. So after the called timeout, DEA's got the possession. On the court right now, it's Jet, Aji, and Lewis at the corner now with Bentel and Holman. 6 seconds remain. There's a 3 from the corner. Sent back with interest. Holman with a second chance opportunity for the Dreamers. 10 seconds, counting down. Bentel driving down the middle, sidestepping Tortovic, but nothing to show for. Ding up at the wing, finding Tortovic. Contested shot for Beach, around and out. Still has yet to crack that goose egg. He's now 0 for 3 from beyond the perimeter. So we've been scoreless now for what feels like about 2 minutes now.
Long time. 44-38 is a really low score. 44 is okay. 38 is kind of low for both teams.
Jet trying to fire away, trying to pull ahead in the lead. Tortovic coming through with the jam.
Yeah, I'm not going to miss the left-handed layup this time. Throw it down, cuts the lead to 4.
Yeah, trying to really make that one hurt for the Dreamers.
Last possession here of the half.
Gonna take his time. Aji swinging over to Jet. He finds some space, coming through, fighting for the bucket. He'll get free throws.
And that's a smart play by the veteran, wise veteran, just seeing the gap, attacking it. Not necessarily going in thinking he's going to make the layup, but knowing that he's at least going to get fouled and get his team on the board here before we hit the half.
Speaking of former teammates, Jet and Chen Wending on the court, they helped get the Taipei Fubon Braves back-to-back championship titles. So he's checking out now. Back in is Jian Tingzhao and Xie Yaxuan. So we talk about the coaching staff on the Dreamers. We'll have to credit them for kind of getting Jet's groove back again. He was coming off the bench last season for the Dreamers, only playing maybe less than 20 minutes, 6 points per game, but now he's coming in. He's got 17 starts on his stats line, and there's 2 seconds remaining, and the shot is good!
It counts?
For the Hail Mary! What a finish!
That's gonna sting for the Dreamers. Good for the DEA though.
What a finish to the first half. Score is 45-40. We had another shot like that last weekend. It was the Leopards against the Kings. That was a logo shot if I had ever seen one. So in the meantime, we'll have ourselves a quick halftime break. We'll be back for the team stats right quick. Stay tuned for more TPBL.
哇，好帅，好帅，太棒，太棒了！那我们今天呢，赛博喊方块抢夺。
Just watch me now. You can't hold me down. Just watch me now. Take the ground. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. No, you can't stop me now. You can't
You're watching TPBL, brought to you by AXN Asia and AXN Sports. The current score 45-40. We're taking a look at some of the moving highlights. Now, we talked about a lot of foul trouble in the first quarter from the CTBC DEA, including Radovic getting into some foul trouble, but tables had turned as we had quoted in the second quarter. Now this was thanks to Xie Yashuan on the screen right now. He is the leading scorer for the CTBC DEA, and going into the second half, we'll have to see if the DEA's shooting capabilities will improve, particularly coming from bench player Bo Beach. But we'll take a look at the halftime stats very shortly, so stay tuned for more TPBL after the break.
Just watch me now. Hey. You can't hold me down. Just watch me now. Take the ground. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. No, you can't stop me now. You can't stop me. You can't stop me. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. No, stop me now. No. Just watch me now. Take the ground. Just watch me now. Hey. You can't hold me down. Just watch me now. Take the ground. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. No, you can't stop me now. You can't stop me. You can't stop me. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. No, stop me now. No. Just watch me now. Take the ground. Just watch me now. Hey. You can't hold me down. Just watch me now. Take the ground. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. No. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me. You can't stop me. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. No. Stop me now. No.
Taking a look at the halftime score right now. 45-40, Dreamers with the lead. Now, despite the higher field goal percentage, or despite the lead, the DEA have a higher field goal percentage thanks to DEA players pounding the paint. 22 points to the Dreamers, 6 points. You have anything to say about the score?
Yeah, that's going to be a big point of emphasis, I feel like, for the Dreamers. And again, I think that's the absence of Gilbeck on the interior. But what stands out to me is the field goal percentage for the Dreamers, 5 for 17, under 30%. They're just not hitting their shots. And so, I mean, I don't think that DEA is necessarily creating that much defensive pressure on them. But, you know, they have to hit those shots, you know, as we take a look at the leading scorers.
Yeah, absolutely. Xie Yashuan, local player from the DEA, leading the scoring rankings amongst both teams, 11 points, while Trey Tompkins has yet to hit the double-digit mark. Tompkins as well as Bentil with 9 points. Marko Tordovic also with 9 points. So we'll see how things turn around. They went a whole 6 minutes without scoring for the Formosa Dreamers. So we'll see how they will adjust in the second half here at the Intercontinental Mini Dome. Taylor Chen here, as well as Clive Hsu reunited once again here, calling game 89. So other thoughts on the first half, Clive?
I think in the second half, Aji, who only has 5 points in the first half, he typically, like you said, against the Aquas, you know, pours it on and starts to bring it a little bit offensively. They're going to need that. And then for the DEA, I think if they just continue on the path that they're on, continue playing good offense, team offense, but they do need a little more scoring punch, I feel like, off of the bench, and that's going to come in the form of Bo Beach, I feel like.
I would say so. I would agree with that sentiment. They are currently hitting 26 of their shots from beyond the arc. So again, we talk about Bo Beach hoping to see potentially a comeback in the second half. He made 0 of his 3 shots from the outside. But again, so they're compensating, though, in a positive way. As I mentioned, the points in the paint, they do have way over the Formosa Dreamers. Again, you talk about BG's absence. And, you know, this is also a test for them, not having Brandon Gilbeck, not having Riven Ma. He's also certainly becoming a playmaker in his own way for the Dreamers. So as we get started in the second half, Radovic still sitting on the bench, starting the third quarter for the CTBC DA. Bo Beach, Marko Tordovic, Ling Wei Han, Al-Bashir, as well as Da Han wearing jersey number 22 for the Formosa Dreamers. Bentil and Tompkins starting. Wayne, Jet, as well as Wako. So their original starting 5 will be on the court right now. Ended the first half, very clear holding foul on Beach.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Dreamers play with a little more energy, maybe a little bit more urgency, because the third quarter is where they usually struggle a little bit. And with a slim 5-point lead, I don't want to see them, let that slip away due to lack of effort. And from DEA, continue what's been working, keep going inside, keep using Abashi, Todorovic, inside, outside, see if you can get Beach a couple 3 open looks, get him going a little bit.
Yeah, as we mentioned before, this is the penultimate head-to-head matchup against each other. Their point-loss differential between the two teams is only 2 points now. They're scoring above average against each other. 104 Dreamers and 102 for the CTBC DEA. As the ball gets turned over back to Dreamers, Jet coming through right down the lane for the bucket. In and out, though.
Yeah, he drove to his left and then switched it over to his right. Maybe he could have tried to finish with his left hand there. That's a tough shot floating away. Use your right hand. As Jiang Yuan commits a foul on the other end.
It was a foul committed by actually Ling Wei Han.
Oh, Ling Wei Han.
So they'll be inbounding with 18 seconds on the shot clock. And here's Da Han's shot. No answer though. Off the screen, handoff. Back to Jet, trying to find an open man. Bento pops out for the 3, yes! That's 8 threes for the Formosa Dreamers. In the first half, they were 35%, DEA 26. So again, outside shooting has been a struggle in these last 2 games. They only shot 17% against the Kaohsiung Aquas. And quick to call a foul. That's going to be on number...
I think that was 22 maybe, Da Han.
Yeah, Da Han, number 22.
But this is the start you want to see if you're Doug Creighton over there on the Dreamers bench. You know, active hands on defense and pushing the ball on offense, getting Bento an open look. They need to keep it going here.
Yeah, I would say the second quarter, the beginning of it in particular, was when we saw that stop and go action really kind of killing any sort of momentum that either team could really build. As that goes halfway down and out for Xiao'an. Here comes wall-to-wall. Al-Bashir pulling up for the 3, dials in, gets the answer.
Whew, that looks smooth. Up the court, right in rhythm. Nobody's stopping him, so I'll bop it.
Left wide open. He's going to pull up and make the shot. Thankfully, it went in for DEA. They call pushing foul from the sideline referee.
So not even 2 minutes in, that's DEA's 3rd team foul. So we're back to square one again.
And they're trying to play really physical defense here. You see on the highlight right now. So it looks like Wei Han catching a breath while the referees will get a little powwow at the free throw line. So it looks like he might have had a nosebleed. Wei Han is walking off the court right now. So Bento walked over towards the DEA bench. Trying to have some confrontation there. Let's see what the referees have to say. More heated discussion going on. But
好，我们现在检视刚刚动作是否有暴力行为。
Oh, I totally missed that. They're checking to see if it was unnecessary contact.
Yeah, we'll have to look at the replay again. It's a bit of a delay right now. There's 2 referees talking to the coaching staff in heated discussion. We'll see right now very shortly.
Yeah, they're clearly upset about something. The ref said 暴力行为, which I feel like is a little too harsh of words. That 暴力行为, like violent
It is
acts.
very strong. I don't think them being on the mic is what they're used to anyways, but let's take a look. Bento with the screen. Could be friendly fire there, actually.
He kind of stuck his left hand out there.
That's Wako, yep.
Right there, stuck his left hand. But that looked like it hit his shoulder, not his face.
Oh yeah, there's
his elbow maybe caught his face.
Arm, yeah. So actually, I initially thought it was Wako elbowing Wei Han, but you see here sliding off is Wei Han off of Benjamin Bentel's swing of his left arm there.
So I think the foul was called on Marco. But now they're looking at see if there was a foul called on Bento as well.
暴力行为.
暴力行为.
So, what's the best translation in English? Violent?
Violent act.
Yeah.
But
with our limited Chinese. Yeah, that was kind of. Wei-Han also got some whiplash while getting smacked by Bento. So I don't see it being intentional, but a nosebleed is not a good look either. So.
No. And any contact to the head area, as I said earlier, they're always going to review and make sure they get it correct.
So you are correct, Clive. A little correction on our part. So they did call a foul on Marko Tvrdovic. So we'll see what they. So it is the Dreamers inbounding. No foul called on Bento after all. So it's just unfortunate for Wei-Han to be sidelined now.
Look at the fouls. Look at the free throw. Hey.
So the time is 10 minutes, 8 seconds. Shot clock is reset at 14. Wayne finding Jet. Swinging it over to Bento. 8 seconds remain on the shot clock. Off the screen, Bento pulls up, hits the side of the backboard. And Bashir letting it out of bounds. .43 is the score. Bo Beach stepping back, pulling up for the three, getting nothing but air. No third chance for DEA coming through. Wako for the three. Target not acquired, and just like that, it quickly goes back to DEA, wall to wall once again. Bashir for the three, nails it.
Second three of the quarter, that's all, that counts for all of their scoring right now. So Al-Bashir, getting himself going, and that's going to be a huge lift because he was relatively quiet in the first half.
That's what we've seen so far in the season. It's a quiet first half, and then he just chips away. So he's finally rounded it to 10 points in the third quarter.
Well, when you're as talented as athletic as Al-Bashir is, it's going to take a big effort for the other team to keep him that quiet the entire game. Eventually, he's going to be in that 15, 20 point range if he just plays his usual game.
Yeah, he has the athleticism, he's got the size and versatility to guard locals and imports.
Yeah.
8 seconds on the shot clock, Dreamers possession. Dahan now got shaken off Holman, putting Dahan in the spins.
Nice move by Holman there.
That's the experience that Dreamers want.
Al-Bashir
There's
for
another three. 3 threes for Al-Bashir. He's in his bag like DoorDash. Score 52-48. DEA still trailing only by 2 field goals. That's how we wrapped up the first half.
So Waco's guarding Al-Bashir. He's got a tough assignment. You got to stay with him, keep a hand in the face, and maybe get some help as well.
There we go, and getting the crowd going at the mini dome. Waco hits the target for the three from the corner. Again, hit his season high in their last matchup against the DEA.
Waco now with 11. Tompkins 11, Bentel has 12. Al-Bashir with his 3 threes this quarter is up to 15, leading all scorers for DEA.
So 2 players on DEA with double-digit scores. As Dreamers, they just have more options in terms of shooting, and there you have it.
Bo Beach with the 3. I think he was being called for a flop.
Shame on you.
They called for a technical for flopping. So the score is now 55-51. So let's take a look here. So they're calling flopping on Beach, even though it didn't look like him.
I mean, he was hit.
It.
He was hit a little bit towards the top.
4 fouls, yeah.
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. From our perspective, I've seen a little bit more egregious embellishments in the game so far, but
it has to be very clear, very like that you're trying to sell that and you're flopping.
Well, Dreamers are certainly not going to complain. Aji will be at the line, and I mentally jinxed it because I was going to say he's consistent at the free throw line.
Ball don't lie, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Ball don't lie, yep. No basket for Dreamers.
We'll see if that's going to get Beach going as well.
It's a little anticlimactic though. You get your first three and then immediately get called the technical.
Yep.
So hopefully that doesn't ice or cut off any momentum that DEA could carry forward, as there's a three from Aji. Doesn't get the free throw, but we'll take the three from up top. He's coming off the bench today, scoring now 8 points. And they call offensive foul on Bo Beach.
Bo Beach getting bullied a little bit right now by the refs.
Seriously, he's an easy target for the referees today for some reason. Again, we don't really see the reason for the technical call, but just like that, he's with 5 personal fouls. So he's getting pulled to the bench. They're running low on options, quite frankly. As Wei Han checks back into the game. Stop the bleeding from the noggin. Aji pulling up for the three once again. This time getting nothing but net. He's greasing that cylinder.
That's why it's 6th Man of the Year material right there.
Precisely. Now they're back up to a 10-point lead.
2 huge
Scorpion
three-pointers.
pass, and Wei Han with 9 points. Through the lane, there's a teardrop and the foul call. And one goes high up and down low.
Is that on Bentil?
Yeah, no, it's on
Tompkins.
Holman.
That was Holman, yeah. It's too obvious. He just straight up pushed him.
So Wei Han, talk about his 3rd game start right now. He's with 8 points, 5 assists, and 2 steals. Makes a free throw.
So for Holman, would you have liked to see him do is slide over? I mean, how tall he is, and you know, Wei Han was already kind of off balance, going up for a tough shot, a tough floater. And instead he fouls him and gives him an N1 when he could have altered that shot if he stayed slid over a little bit. Aji looking to take over here.
Bashir trying to catch up to Aji. There's the three and another target acquired. Benjamin Bentel from up top.
Yeah, both teams hitting big threes this quarter. That's the Dreamers' 4th. 2 from Aji, and that 2 from Bentel as well.
And Radovic musters his first bucket in the 3rd quarter, but coming through wall to wall is Jet.
That was a pretty baseball pass right there. The DEA defense caught napping a little bit.
Too strong for the shot. And they draw a foul. Bashir will get a chance at the line. Before those free throws, we have ourselves our first timeout. No calls made by the coaches, so this is a TV timeout with the score right now, 66-56. Just like that, the Formosa Dreamers pulling ahead, making 5 of their 6 threes from beyond the arc. We'll be right back with more TPBL.
PK 的，来剪刀石头布，哇，恭喜你！来获得，再一位，这里有吗？这里有吗？来剪刀石头布，再给 给你一次机会，剪刀石头布，最后一次剪刀石头布，恭喜！这边也成功了吗？好的，今天呢，如果呢获胜的朋友拿到我们的兑换券，记得在赛事离场前的大门口侧边的梦想服务处去兑换由 Subway 提供的辣豆瓣嫩牛潜艇堡。谢谢由 Subway 为大家补充的能量应援能量，也继续为我们的梦想家一起加油，谢谢。
暂停，时间到，谢谢壮壮，比赛继续。
You're watching TPBL, brought to you by AXN Sports and AXN Taiwan. Clive Xu and Taylor Chen bringing you game 89. We're halfway through the third quarter. Al-Bashir getting ready for free throws.
Yeah, Al-Bashir's been rolling this quarter, but Todorovic has yet to score. And so before this team gets away, I think DEA should try and get him involved a little bit more. As you mentioned at the halftime, their inside point was 22-6. So ride the hot hand with Bashir, but try and get Todorovic some touches inside as well. And for the Dreamers, I think you have to be careful. They've made 5 of the 6 3-pointers this quarter, but you got to be careful not to just fall in love and settle for that 3. You want to keep being aggressive and going inside as well.
The sidestep 3 for Aji is no good. Wei Han coming through. Got a bit of a nosebleed to start off the third quarter. There's the scoop, but too strong. Tortovic fighting for the bucket and one.
Tough basket, tough make.
That's what they need, as you said, Clive. So again, Holman's foul. Trying to corral the rebound.
Holman seems a little tired to me. He's not his typical, he's usually really energetic, brings a lot of energy off of the bench. But just between not sliding over and that and one foul on Wei Han. And then, this not blocking out, allowing Todorovic to grab the offensive rebound.
Yeah, it seems like he's spending more minutes than he could actually really afford right now. He's got 6 points today, 5 rebounds. Here comes Benjamin Bentel, and he gets the and one. They call it on once again. Tortovic blocking foul will lead to free throw. 1 free throw for Bentel. Let's take a look.
And that's what I'd like to see more of from Bento. I mean, you look at him and he's a human specimen, In the first half, he was 0 for 5 from 2. So far in the game, he's 5 for 7 for 3, so he can certainly shoot it outside and make that. But get yourself some easy baskets as well as he completes the 3-point play. Push this lead back out to 8.
Tortovic now with 3 personal fouls, but Bashir quiets down the crowd at the Mini-Dome with his 4th 3 today. Just in the third quarter alone, trying to make up for that lost time. And there's the jam for Eric Holman. Now he heard us talking. He's like, I still got it.
And he gets himself an and one as well.
So a lot of ticky-tacky fouls from the DEA imports. Let's take a look. This time that was on Radovic. This is his 4th one. So he got foul trouble in the first quarter and did not play until the final 4 minutes of the second quarter. That gets poked out of bounds. And they call DEA's possession.
Yeah, his quick 3 fouls in the first quarter, he kind of took himself out of the game. We mentioned before the game how his averages are up across the board when he plays in his 3 games against the Dreamers, but not so today.
Bashir trying to catch Wako off of skates, but he couldn't get the bucket. Holman contested three. It's good! Mr. Holman, if you're nasty.
That's the Holman we know.
Score 74-64. Still hold on to the lead, and they call foul on Bento. So Formosa Dreamers now with 4 team fouls. Take a look at Holman's 3. Contested shot, even not a easy one, with Radovic in his way. Let's see. Radovic at the line for the second time. The first one is good. He was the December Import Player of the Month, averaging 28 points, 15 rebounds, and the efficiency rating of 37.8. Ricochet outwards, Jet corrals the board. So Doug Creighton still keeping Aji on the court. Trying set place on the corner. Eric Holman trying to get entry from Tortovic, and he draws a foul off of the DEA import.
Is that Radovic or Todorovic?
Tortovic.
Let's go for the shot.
Huh?
So what we talked about, DEA had 0 free throws in the first quarter. It's a huge difference. I think, from what I remember, Dreamers got 8 free throw opportunities. Overall, they've had 23 free throw attempts, 12 only for DEA. So you can see Coach Romir on the sideline, understandably frustrated.
Yeah, that's almost double, so that's a significant difference. And that's kind of what's keeping the Dreamers ahead here for the game, because they're shooting a low percentage. It's been much better this quarter. But those differences in free throws definitely having an effect on the game here.
Catch and shoot for Wei Han. Dials in, no answer. Holman coming through. He's got some momentum. Back-to-back buckets for the returning import player. And here comes Jet, wide open from the corner. No three-piece. Wei Han coming through. Jet now tasked to guard Al-Bashir, and here's Nemanja Radovic's 3. But just like that, it goes back to Dreamers. 3 minutes remain in the third quarter. They're going to take their time. Pulling up for the 3. Yes!
Boom!
Ice in his veins. Eric Holman can't be stopped right now in the third quarter. And Coach Momir calls for the timeout here with 3 minutes remaining in the third. So I would say right now the X factor of today's game is Eric Holman.
Yeah, he all of a sudden came to life both on both ends of the floor. You know, after a couple silly fouls, he found some energy, made a couple shots, and he's slowly taking over here. Al-Bashir for the DEA, he's doing his best to try and help his team play keep up. But I think you still have to go and try and go inside to Marco.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, you only mentioned Al-Bashir. That's only one person who could really make it up right now. You had Xie Yashen in the first half, but he's gone cold in the third with only Bashir making those points, being more aggressive, driving to the paint, whereas Holman, you have him shooting from the outside and the inside. So right now, he's got 11 points in the third quarter alone. We take a look at Holman's moving highlights just from the third quarter alone. He is 2 for 2 for 3. Well, actually, he's just 100% from the field right now.
Yeah, he's feeling it. He's feeling it right now. He's not totally in the zone, but he's almost there. He can hit a couple more, and he's there. Yep.
He's right at the intersection.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dreamers right now are outscoring the DEA in the third quarter 33-25, so this is the first time that we're seeing either one of the teams scoring past 30 points. Looks like Bo Beach is should be getting ready to check in the game. Instead, they're going to have only Tortovich on the court. Zhen Wending replacing the second import, and Wei Han coming through. That bobbles right in. And Trey Tompkins checking in. Aji now playing a point at the top. Directing traffic. Tompkins with a downhill pass to his teammate Holman. Getting batted around. It's 3-1 there. No call by the referees, and Wei Han swinging it over. Tortovich drawing a foul from the Dreamers' help defense.
Bo Beach is going to come in, but he's been quiet. 5 points, 1 for 5 3-pointers.
Yeah, just when we thought they got a bit of a break, immediately we saw the flopping call, which again, it surprised both of us, quite frankly.
Yeah.
So with that said, he's got 5 fouls, so 1 more, and DEA will be only with 2 import players. Before the DEA, Tortovich played for UCAM Mercia, so he was actually former teammates with Nemanja Radovic for a couple of seasons, so must be under his recommendation, possibly. So they've reunited back with the DEA organization. Ryan's catch and shoot gets ricocheted outwards, but
shoot again.
Tompkins
Nope.
giving him another chance. Tompkins. 2 import players switching. There's Tompkins, couldn't get the rebound there.
That was a big stop for DEA defensively. You know, they're just hanging around. They're down by 9.
Good save by Holman. Jet getting the pass off. So Holman with another 3! Ice in his veins again, can't stop, won't stop.
In the zone now officially, Taylor, in the zone.
Precisely.
That was way out there.
I'm telling you, it was what he heard. He heard us talking. And
no hesitation at all.
He was like, all right, time to shut these these loudmouths. Score 81-69, and there we go. Tortovich managing to get a 2-piece.
That's why you want to go inside to him. He understands where the defender is. He has a bag of tricks, and if he doesn't get his shot, he'll get fouled.
Trying to see a bit of a run there, but Holman couldn't get back-to-back buckets. Once again, finding Tortovich, but back to Wei Han for the 3. Bo Beach corralling the board, in it goes. So DEA trying to scrounge up some buckets as the clock is winding down to 20 seconds in regulation. Aji at top.
DEA sticking in that zone the last couple of defensive possessions.
Swinging it back to Ryan. Ryan at the baseline. No look pass. There's a kick out to a wide open Holman, but no answer from the call, and there's a Hail Mary shot just off mark for Bo Beach. Close but no cigar. Score 81-73. Eric Holman coming out swinging in the third quarter. You see there, 36-33. That's the highest scored quarter. We'll be back with the final quarter here. Stay tuned for more TPBL.
느낌이 올래 feeling that beat in my chest 멈춰진 나를 꺼내 letting my hips to the rest 느낌이 올래 feeling that beat in my chest 순간 hypnotized yeah there's something in the way that you move
谢谢女孩们 ，Thank you Formosa sexy。好，再次提醒大家，今天赛后将举办变形金刚柯博文的拍照会。只要在比赛结束前到梦想商店购买梦想家变形金刚的联名商品，单笔消费满2000元以上即可获得拍照会的资格，而且一张凭证可以4人一同参加拍照会，非常超值，大小朋友都不要错过了，一起为这个难得的回忆留下纪念。
TPBL, game 89. We are about to wrap it up here in the final quarter of game 89. Radovic starting off this fourth quarter strong, but they've got some work to do. They've been behind from the Formosa Dreamers the entirety of this game.
Yeah, that was a great set play coming out of the, between quarters there for DEA. Still sticking with the zone, which I'm a little surprised they are, especially with the way that the Dreamers have been shooting outside.
Catch and shoot for Bentil. With no answer, Wako starting the final quarter. There's the secondary kick out to Wako for the three. Yes! Nothing but net for Randall Wako. So if we look at the scoreboard for DEA and Dreamers, you got 6 players already hitting double digit in scoring, as opposed to DEA, you're a lot more limited. And Al-Bashir could only do so much. 20 points he's racked up, but with that, you have Xie Yashen, who's gone cold in the second half. That shot from Tompkins does not fall through.
Yeah, 4 of the 5 starters for the Dreamers in double digits. And then you got Achi coming off with 11 and Holman coming off the bench with 18. As you mentioned, Abashi with 20. Marco with 17. But there just hasn't been any help coming off the bench. Just 8 points, 7 from Beach and a free throw from Zheng Wending. Yeah. So in the fourth quarter, when their legs are tired, when they've been playing hard all game, can they sustain it for one more quarter? Whereas the Dreamers, they've been playing 7, 8, 9 guys, a more balanced attack. It seems to be in the Dreamers' favor.
Yeah, you can definitely see that they're utilizing what seems to be a deeper rotation of players from the Dreamers side. I think the local players have become gun-shy once again from the DEA side. And second time is the charm for Trey Tompkins, and one and done.
Good hustle, good effort off of that offensive rebound. Rizal hustling the interior players of DEA, and that's a big, big shot, big play.
Look at that. It's like 3 or 4 against 1. So Tompkins is overall 85% at the free throw line. Last game, he scored 22 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. So came out from the injured roster like no time has passed. And the subs checking in from DA side only, TJ, Eric, as well as Tordovic. They got to be mindful of Bo Beach. He's got 5 fouls.
Yeah, Shen back into the game. He averages over 11 per game. He's right at 11, but I think, like you said earlier, they need a little bit more from him.
Yeah, there's not on the DEA side. We talk about X factor from Dreamers being Eric Holman, as Wako getting the airmail express there. There's a no-look pass. He'll get a second chance. And second chance is a good for the buzzer beater 3. Look at him smiling.
That's what shooters
He did
do.
that.
Shooters, they're not shy. The first one, air ball, doesn't matter. Get it right back and shoot it right away. He's made 2 from that spot. So he really likes that wing spot, and that's huge. And it's going to lead to a timeout. I believe their largest lead at 15 this game,
I
right?
would say, yeah. Or at least for the second half.
Yep.
Yeah. So we'll be back. This is our first timeout in the fourth quarter. Score 90-75.
梦想家一起为我梦加油！来看一下，现在是哪一位用心应援的梦想家人呢 ？Let's go Dreamers！ 超级可爱，梦想家加油！没错，就是你们上镜头了。你好 ，Hello， 一起加油！ 拿起你手伞，跟着梦想家一起加油！
暂停时间到，谢谢，爽爽。
You're watching TPBL, Clive Xu and Taylor Chen presenting you Game 89. Coach Momir Radkovic calling for the timeout with just 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. They got themselves a bit of a run from the Dreamers. After Wako's 3 from the wing, redeemed himself after a air ball.
Yeah, 9-2 run to start this quarter, and DEA's in a bit of a pickle. They're on the brink of letting this one get away.
And
Wako's trying it again.
Trying to let it fly. Radovic picking up the rebound and poked out, and Wayne trying to make the DEA pay, but he waits for the trailers, resetting, taking their time. They have quite the advantage and insurance right now. Bentel trying to get a 3 himself.
To me, Bentel could have been a little bit more patient there. You have a 15-point lead. No need to rush a 3 like that. Take a little bit more time off the clock. Be more patient, get a better shot than that.
Yeah, you saw just now Tordovic also kind of rushing. He rarely makes 3s. But you saw up top, he left wide open. Wako finding Bentel. Bentel from the top. No 3s yet for number 50 in the fourth. Ooh, Wayne aggressive, putting the clamps on the import player. Radovic once again with the possession. There we go. There's the 2 from Tordovic.
Yeah, Radovic had a size advantage there, but that's a tough turnaround. Hook shot, a little too far out.
I think it was the wind, the air in the air in the stadium. Yeah. It just kind of blew it off. Yeah. Off the screen, Wayne with a kick out. Ooh, out of bounds. Grazes Wako's fingers there. So TJ getting just about a minute on the court. Back riding the bench, Wei-Han checking in. Bashir under the baseline, finding Radovic. Easy does it. Could have been called goaltending. Bentel trying to get the rebound.
Good drive by Abashi there to draw the defense and then find an open Radovic. Let's see if they can get him going a little bit.
There's the dish and the swish attempt by Xie Yaoxuan, fighting for the board against Lewis. Tordovic going in tough, but there's a kick out to Radovic. Nothing but net for the Montenegrin.
And that's the danger. You know, when it's going well, you keep shooting it. It's really nice. But once you go cold, like as the Dreamers have in these past couple, you know, Bento shot a 3, Wako kind of rushed that 3, and you know the DEA just staying true and steady, dumping it inside, coming outside. Radovic, you know, all of a sudden has 5 points, cutting this 15-point lead back down to 8.
Yeah, it's still a game here.
Still a game.
Despite what we saw the Dreamers had up to a 15-point lead a couple of times in this game, but as you mentioned, you know, Dreamers got a little bit too big for their britches just now with the shots made by a couple players that you mentioned. So just as they got themselves a 9-2 run, the score is tied in the 4th quarter.
Right. And this is a really timely, good timeout called by the Dreamers coaching staff just to settle them down a little bit. Let's not rush shots. Let's stay within ourselves. You want to take threes, but don't rush it. Take rhythm threes. And a little up the intensity a little bit more on defense. Don't give them such open looks like that.
As you take a look at some of the moving highlights between Portovic and Radovic playing unselfish basketball. Very much DEA style since the beginning of their franchise up until last season. Signed only American players, and once Momir ran the game, brought back Marco as well as a couple of other Eastern European players.
Yeah, definitely a very distinct style and change from previous years.
Last season was their first season ever where they did not qualify for playoffs. So again, we're talking about a lot of pressure for DEA to not only make playoffs, but possibly hit the finals with everybody locked and loaded, including Bashir coming back from Japan.
Yeah, DEA currently in the 5th spot, 12-12. Dreamers 2nd spot, 14-11. But you mentioned at the top of the broadcast, only a game and a half difference between 2 and 5.
It's really been a cluster between 2nd to 5th for quite a few weeks now.
Yeah, really from the start of the season almost, when you know the Aquas, they got off to their horrific start, haven't really recovered. They're 8-18, and you know the Leopards, they're 18-8. They've been leading first place the entire season. So really that 2 to 5 spot is pretty much anybody's, you know, whoever hits a hot streak can take it. Every game, the standings change. So the Mars kind of 3.5 back of that 5th spot, so they're on the brink. They got to put it together quickly. Otherwise, you know, the top 5 teams here will make the playoffs.
Right.
So it's pretty clear so far.
If Mars and Aquas don't make any movements, at this point, the 2nd through 5th teams, it's about where they're going to be placed for playoffs. So it's up to them to decide who wants to play against the #1 team, that is the Taiwan Beer Leopards.
And I know Coach Creighton is over there thinking, what? The deja vu? Why is this happening again?
Yep.
There have been so many Dreamers games that have been like this. They have a 15 lead in the 4th quarter, and all of a sudden, bam, 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 we're at 6. And we still have 5:55 to go.
In a blink of an eye. And I don't think it was because of the turnovers committed. They've only made 1 turnover in this quarter alone. I think it's just not just trying to be too big for their britches, impulsive shots made from players on the court. And here's Al-Bashir drawing a foul off of Xiao An.
Yeah, you can feel the momentum has shifted. It was the Eric Holman show for a while there. But then now, you know, the threes aren't falling. They're not getting to the foul line. They're fouling in DEA. You can feel them building.
So Bashir's contesting it should have been a shooting foul, so free throw should be given, but referee says otherwise. They're deliberating right now.
They will get 2 shots.
So needed some convincing from Bashir there.
Woo, there was no shooting there.
Generous. But you know what? As I said, the team that gets the free throws, they certainly won't complain about that.
Yep.
I mean, because again, we talk about how the Dreamers, the ratio of free throws given to the teams is quite skewed. We're talking about 28 free throw attempts from the Dreamers, whereas you're looking at 14 only from DEA. So I don't think I hear Doug Creighton vocalizing too much.
90-75. Now it's 90-85. A 10-0 run from DEA.
Even though they have the lead, it's a very unsteady, it's not a very confident lead.
You're not feeling good over there on the
you're not
Dreamers
feeling
bench.
good. You're cutting, they managed to cut down from a 15-point deficit now to just a couple of field goals now. Holman guarded by Bashir, trying to get past him. That manages to rattle in and yells at the baseline referee, no foul call. The game continues on. Bashir with a kick out. Travel on Bashir.
Yeah, it's a big bucket and a big turnover.
Yeah.
Dreamers really needed that. So far in the quarter, the Dreamers have taken 12 3-pointers and 3 after Eric Coleman's 3 2-pointers.
Jeez.
You know, they're 2 for 12 so far in the 3-point department. So they got to make a more concerted effort. You can shoot the 3, but go inside first.
Yes.
Move the defense around, inside, outside, like Aji said in the beginning.
You gotta learn to adapt, especially right now. Ball gets batted around. Just a lot of careless mistakes between both teams now. Jay Yashen swinging it over to Wei Han. Off balance, he tries to throw it off to Radovic. That gets popped out of bounds. Tompkins and Eric pulling Wei Han up.
Yeah, definitely a missed opportunity there. He just kind of lost his balance because Radovic had a big mismatch there with Wayne on him.
So now we're seeing the 2-guard rotation from Wayne and Aji. They're coming in together, and Wako with the dish and swish.
That's a big time shot. They're not falling, just keep shooting. Eventually one will go in, right, Taylor?
Yeah, just when DEA got a couple of inches, Dreamers managed to distance themselves again with the 10-point lead. Pump fake, Portovich for the 3. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Tortovic being kept out in the perimeter. I think he needs to be packing the paint more on offense. And fade away for Holman, gets ricocheted out. And back over to DEA, here's Wei Han. Too far from the low post, there's a kick out to Radovic, around and out it goes though. Their 3-point percentage leaning once again. It's dropped to 28% for DEA, 39 for the Dreamers. Holman out on top, drawing a foul.
As we get to the 3-minute mark of this last quarter, every possession becomes more magnified, and so the focus and the mental acuity needs to be, you need to dial in that much more. Possession by possession. Make sure you take care of the ball and get a good shot for the Dreamers. And DEA, you have to have, with a double-digit deficit, you have to have a little bit of urgency.
Off mark, Bo Beach checking back into the game for Radovic. 5 fouls for Beach. Coming in for shooting capabilities. Let's see, Bashir, if he can be the tinder for DEA's offense. Counting down with 2 minutes, 49 seconds, you can see Doug Creighton very clearly upset. Calling for the timeout. Score now at 95-88.
Yeah. Al-Bashir's 5th 3-pointer of the game. 5th of this half. He's at 24. And I think what Doug is frustrated at is that you have 15 points, you let it get back down to 6 or 5, and now you've pushed it back up down to 10. Let's not let it slip away again, boys. Let's finish this thing and let's put them away right now. It's 2:49, 7 points, plenty of time.
Yeah, Clive, we talked about how Dreamers always have a tough time closing strong, and
absolutely.
It's going to be tough on them physically because again we're at their homestand. They got to play against the #1 team of the Taiwan Beer Leopards tomorrow.
Right.
that's not a must win, but you want to. It's a critical win for the Dreamers. So for them to expend all of this energy when they clearly didn't have to is not good for overall in terms of their homestand this weekend. Now the positive, if we look at the turnovers, because we also said turnovers is a huge issue for the Formosa Dreamers. They've committed only 10 so far today.
Yeah, that's a great number.
Yeah.
If you're 15 or under, you as a coach, as a team, you have to be happy with that. So I think it comes back to their 2-point percentage is still, it's a little bit better now, 35%, 11 for 31. They've taken 47 3-pointers. Oh, 18 of 47.
I think I have the stat if that's the most. We'll take a look as we start back. Doug Creighton calling for the timeout. We come back. Dreamers possession. 3-point attempts. Clive, I already have it. The most attempts was made by the Formosa Dreamers. 50 attempts were made in a single game. That was back in November 23rd against the Taipei Taishin Mars. The long two gets nothing but air, but Tompkins getting the bank shot.
Yeah, a couple more stops for the Dreamers, and they should have this one in the bag, 97-88. But you got to keep playing. You can't coast yet.
Count DEA lucky they call the foul on Randall Wacko. No flopping call on at Beach. Let's take a look. Former teammates there off the screen. Bo Beach losing balance, falls backwards. So starting up from the sideline, DA's got 16 seconds. And Bo Beach set in position. Wei Han trying to find an opening. Here's Bashir. 4 seconds remain. Contested shot. Does not go down the hatch.
She almost made that.
I know. It looked good until it didn't. Under 2 minutes in the fourth quarter. Bentil down the lane. Trying to put Tortovich in the spins with nothing to show for Bo Beach, corralling the board. Wall to wall, Al Bashir. Guarded by Aji with a kick out to Xie Yashin. But another travel call for Bashir. That's gonna hurt a lot.
Yeah, that's a tough, that's the second one this quarter. We don't have the benefit of replay to see what exactly he did, but nonetheless, minute and a half, 9 points. That's not what you want for the DEA.
Yeah, this is after coming from a tough loss against the Kaohsiung Aquas, coming out from the break. So maybe the break was too long for the DEA. And Xie Yashin coming through coast to coast with the lay-in. An inside finish at that, getting him up to 90 points. So Aji's got the time. Got 7-point lead. And they call foul. Sideline referee on the court side. We'll see who commits the foul. Tompkins and Bentil are very heated right now.
Always.
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 They're very passionate. Very passionate.
It's going to be a number 10, Xie Yashin, fourth team foul. So both teams doing a pretty good job keeping their foul trouble in check, at least in the quarter.
8 seconds remain on the shot clock, though. Let's see if they're paying attention. There's a pump fake. And a shot from the wing made desperately by Tompkins, but there's nothing there. Ball gets bobbled out of bounds, so we'll take this opportunity for another timeout with the score 97-90.
So a 3-possession game, DEA. They gotta draw something up, score quickly. They'll probably put on some kind of full court pressure. And for the Dreamers, you just gotta run as much clock as possible you can. 24 seconds, there's 37 left in the game. So you do the math. That's 2 possessions at most.
Marco.
Yeah, we were hoping in the second half that the DEA's outside shooting would ignite somehow, some way. But in the second half,
Pass the ball inside.
6 for 19, 31%
I want
in
Bashi
the second
here.
half. Whereas, well, today it just seems like Dreamers just have it in the bag in the second half. They were 40%.
If nothing. If
Overall,
nothing,
38.
If nothing. Yashin, I want you
But
to
as I
go
said,
over.
they
If
might,
nothing.
if they try to hit more threes, they might tie up their current record for three-point attempts this season.
Yeah, they've always been a three-point team. And you know the saying is you live by the three, you die by the three. So today it's worked out for them.
It's pretty applicable.
Yeah, I do think that I would have still liked to see guys like Bentil be a little more aggressive going to the basket, especially with his size and his athleticism. But you know, it's worked for them today.
It's worked for them today, and you know, again, we're talking about BG being out due to some sciatica pain, so it's not the worst thing. Maybe they'll utilize Bentil more for tomorrow. Again, you gotta reserve your energy now with even 37 seconds. I'm sure both sides will still put a lot of pressure on each other.
This side.
So there'll be switching sides.
Yeah, this for sure will be a set play. I would try and get something going to the basket for a quick 2 and then try and get another turnover. 3-possession game, 37 seconds.
The quick handoff back to Ling Wei Han.
Why did he float that up like that? Use the left hand.
Didn't look good. Bashir, 9 seconds remain in the shot clock. There's a pocket pass to Bo Beach, but that was a hard look, though.
And that should do it.
The clock is counting down. They've got the time, and Tortovic purposefully fouls Jet. Probably left a scratch on Jet. But Jet doesn't take it too personally. And Tortovic is out for the game. 6 fouls for Tortovic. Today he scored for the DEA 21 points, 15 rebounds, 3 assists. So not to say that's nothing to show for, but unfortunately that's not going to win the DEA a game.
Yeah, those are what you expect from Todorovic.
Yeah.
The big difference today, I think, is they just had enough. They didn't have enough punch off of the bench, and I'm looking at the guys they have on the bench, and you're wondering where is it going to come from. You know, Beach only had 7, but aside from him, the local guys compared to the Dreamers who have a deeper bench, that's what would pause for concern for me for DEA as they look towards the latter third of the season.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think they were really counting on Bo Beach to come through today because, you know, most of the bench points from the Dreamers came from really Holman, 20 points, 7 rebounds. But if you flip it over to Bo Beach, he's only got 7 points today. So, and then again, Clivey mentioned the lack of depth in the DEA bench. I mean, that was also an issue last season. Unfortunately, rolling over here. In what we're seeing, again, they're trying to contest getting up higher in the ranks for their campaign in the playoffs.
Yeah, that 5th spot, they're going to have to play a play-in series, right, with the 4th spot. And the Dreamers, this is going to push them 5 games in a row, winning streak. It's going to push them to 15 and 11. And the tighter hold on they can have on that 2nd spot, the better. And maybe even have hopes of catching Taoyuan. You know, coming in tomorrow, they win this game, they're 3 games behind. They win tomorrow, they're 2 games behind. And Taoyuan Leopards, they've lost 2 in a row. So anything can happen in the TPBL, right?
Anything can happen. I mean, before the English broadcast started, even every single week, I'm just like, wait, how is this team suddenly dropped all the way down to 5th place? Like, it's quite unpredictable. Again, we're just talking about mainly the 2nd through the 5th place. But it would be interesting, though, Clive, if we do see the Kings and Dreamers play against each other in the semifinals, because we see 2 seasons in a row, every time they play against each other, the Kings always advance over Dreamers.
Yes.
So always the bridesmaid, never the bride for the Dreamers.
2 words for that, Taylor. Jeremy Lin. Jeremy Lin. No Jeremy Lin this year. I'm sure there's a sizable impact there.
Absolutely.
It's safe to say.
We talk about former NBA player. They're also missing Kenny Manigault and a whole different system in the beginning, just to revert back to their old ways. Plus a little bit of pressure defense, their all-switch defense that they're running now. But we swing back here to game 89. The score now is presently 99-90. So unfortunately, this would be the DEA's 2-game loss since the FIBA window and the Lunar New Year break. Their next game, as we have another timeout. Again, this is a long 37 seconds as we're wrapping up their matchup. DEA's next game will be March 21st against the Kaohsiung Aqua, so a bit of a grudge match. Get a chance to redeem themselves.
Yep, they're going to host the Aquas and the Lioneers next weekend. The Dreamers, they'll play again tomorrow. Number 1, number 2 matchup. We'll be back to call that game. That's must-see TV. 2:30 Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, we thank you guys for tuning in to another TPBL broadcast. And if you want to catch more TPBL content, you can follow their Instagram on tpbl.tw. Also, if you got Google Translate, and if you're interested in looking at their stats, you could also look at tpbl.basketball, where you see the team stats, player stats, the current rankings. So 7.36 seconds remain. Still keeping the starters on the court for the Dreamers. Trey Tompkins, Ben Bentil, Jet, Wako, as well as Wayne.
Yeah, that shows you how much the coaching staff over there, Doug, how much they value this win. They don't want to put anything up to chance. You know, and up until now, most of the starters for DEA still on there as well.
Yeah, Yasha checking back in. So this will be the longest winning streak that the Formosa Dreamers will have this season. The longest winning streak this season is 6 games from the Hsinchu Lioneers. That was where they have dynamic pricing. Their prices shot up. Courtside seats originally 4,000, rose high up all the way to 8,000. Ball gets poked out of bounds by Jet.
8,000?
Yeah.
Dang.
Look, credit goes to the Lioneers marketing. They know how to sell their tickets.
That's a smart move.
Yeah, so the lowest courtside tickets started from 4,000, and then they just won every single, like they were on a run all the way where the price was up to $8,000 a pop.
And they pack that place out pretty much, don't they? That's a fun environment.
Yeah,
to be in as well.
And even if they don't fill it out, the energy is always great. I was there calling it on Wednesday, and it's always good energy, especially when you have WNBA star Caitlin Chen in the audience. That was really great.
Yeah, the Lioneers are in 4th place at 12 and 11. So really, it's a jumble. It's a chaotic mess there in the middle between 2nd to 5th. But that's, as a fan, you wouldn't have it any other way. That's what you want.
Yes.
You want the team that you're rooting for, even the Mars, they're still in play. The team that you're rooting for, you want them to have a chance, have that hope towards the end of the season.
It's a big difference, and I guess, as you said, Clive, refreshing, because if we look at a pie or a chart to see where their rankings drop, it was pretty consistent all season long last year. There's a shot by Bentil off the mark, and that concludes game 89. Dreamers get it up to the Centurion mark. 100-91 is the final score, or 90 is the final score.
Yeah, congratulations to the Dreamers. A season high 5 games in a row. The DEA, that's their 3rd loss in a row. They're going to fall to 12 and 13, below 500. Dreamers will extend it to 15-11.
So we see the Formosa Dreamers huddling together at the logo, as we'll shortly figure out who the league will be interviewing. But in the meantime, we have a 5 o'clock tip-off at Hsinchu Top Plus Lioneers' Stadium. Kaohsiung Aquas go into town. So you see their current rankings, 11 wins, 10 losses for the Lioneers, as we have tomorrow 2:30 tip-off live, and I will be calling that game. It's the Dreamers trying to make way for second against the first place Taoren Taiwan Beer Leopards. We see former teammates gathered together. So there you have it, game 89. Clive, final thoughts on the game?
It wasn't pretty. I don't feel like it was an up and down game of runs. And I feel like the Dreamers, the weaknesses, the areas that have needed improvement for them that we've seen all season long surfaced. Today they were able to overcome it and hang on for the win. For DEA, you know, you just worry for their lack of offensive production as a team. You have their core guys, but beyond that, you're going to need some help coming off of the bench.
Yeah, we're really lacking the rotation or the depth that the Dreamers have. And as we've mentioned multiple times, the Dreamers, it's really up to their own will and volition to clear up on the turnovers. And they certainly did. They committed only 10 turnovers in today's game. And every game win so far, they're only averaging 16 turnovers. So that's even less than what they average. So, you know, credit goes to the Formosa Dreamers for their first win in their homestand this weekend.
And I'm sure they you know, win is a win. Doesn't matter how they do it, who it's against. And it's good momentum for them as they prepare for the Taiwan Leopards visiting tomorrow. And, you know, you want to win, but against the top seed, you know, especially, you want to make sure you defend your home court and take advantage of that.
And that's it for us, Clive Hsu and Taylor Chen, bringing you game 89. We'll catch you on the next one, and we thank you so much for tuning in to another TPBL broadcast.
Peace
Take
out.
care.
Just watch me now. You can't hold me down. Just watch me now. Take the ground. You can stop me now. You can stop me now. No, you can stop me now. You can stop me. You can stop me. You can stop me now. You can stop me now. No, stop me now. No. Just watch me now. Take the ground. Just watch me now.